For too long, there has been silence. Barely a murmur, rarely a rumble. Little but silence. But listen closely. You can hear it. At first a tremor. Now a thundering force. The black and white army, dormant for too long, is on the march again. Once feared, once again fearsome, will take the best there is to stop it. But these magpies are now ready to be heard.
Just how good are the Magpies of 2002? Tonight at Colonial Stadium, we will find out when Collingwood hosts this team, the Brisbane Lions, the hottest side in the AFL. It's second versus first on the AFL ladder, as we say. Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Football on 10. Malcolm Blight, lots to look forward to tonight.
It does set up to be a really big game, doesn't it? And this team's form's been OK on the road in the last 18 months, as we know, but Collingwood, the rebuilding, I think, is almost there, isn't it? They started some years ago, and look, I think they're getting close.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley. He's with the Lions coach, Lee Matthews.
Well, Lee, these top of the table clashes, they're almost routine now, but do your blokes get pumped up to face the emerging contenders?
Not so much the top of the table. It's too early in the year to be worried about that, but you know, you're just trying to get your win-loss ratio up. We're 6-1. We'd love to be 7-1 after tonight. Every challenge you have is a chance of doing that.
Are you surprised Jared Malloy's going to line up for Collingwood?
Well, he didn't train yesterday. He's got a broken toe, so he's obviously playing with an injection, but I mean, that's what happens. We never really hold any store on rooms.
They will be tall down forward now, won't they?
Very well. They're starting Cummings, Rocker, Tarrant and Fraser, so that's a very big group.
Will you do us the favour and let Boss play on Buckley, Lee?
Well, that could happen. Just depends.
Good on you. Good luck.
He looks nice and relaxed, doesn't he, Lee Matthews, as Collingwood come out. They don't have a bevy of stars, Malcolm, but they're playing good team footy, which I guess is three-quarters of the battle.
Well, it is, and I think from that, from good teams, the stars come, and this might be one fella, Josh Fraser, playing his 50th. I mean, they look OK at the moment, don't they? Big test for them, though. Huge test.
Let's have a look at the lineups for tonight's game at Colonial Stadium. This round 8 clash, we start with the back line.
Michael's been terrific at fullback on Cummings. Lee Matthews mentioned the tall forward line. Perhaps Rocker, last crack. Big Specky again, who knows?
We can only hope as we look at the half-back line. Justin Leppich, maybe a head-to-head with Fraser or perhaps Tarrant.
Yeah, look, won't that be exciting? And I think the form player of the comp is, as a defender, is Justin Leppich. He can do it all. He can punch both hands, most unusual. He can also go down and kick a goal. He can defend grandly, but he can also set up. He really is in sensational form.
And across the middle, wouldn't it be a dream come true? Voss up head-to-head with Buckley.
Look, it just might happen. They're going to go for the same ball a couple of times, aren't they? So we are going to see it.
And across half forward, Jonathan Brown's been injured and ill, but they reckon he's just about back to 100% tonight.
And Martin Pike up forward's been terrific for the Lions in the last couple of weeks. Wakeland and Burns, very important players, particularly Scotty Burns.
Got all his confidence back, hasn't he?
He has. You know, he missed a lot of games last year with a hamstring, and you can just see him being the older player, not that he's old by any means, but the most experienced player settling them up.
Lynch and Bradshaw, you might be able to stop one and harder to stop both.
Well, that's the way it's been, and if they both kick goals, they both win well. The side wins pretty well. Cloak's just been in sensational form.
He was great last week, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the on-ballers for both teams.
Keating's been underdone. Black and Ackermanis are terrific. McKee, what a good contest.
And the interchange.
Yeah, well, they'll all get their chances, including Darryl White and Hart back in the team.
Talking about Anthony Rocker, he's leading the AFL in contested marks. Has he reached star status yet?
Not yet, but he's heading that way. Contested marks, very important stat. One of the real true stats in the game. Tonight's his big test.
Just 24 years of age, Anthony Rocker, so a lot of footy left in him. Here's something you don't see every day. The Lions warming up with tennis balls.
And we're not at Wimbledon, are we?
No, we're not.
It'll just be a reflex warm-up thing, but I reckon the first time they go for the footy, they'll forget they even had a tennis ball in their hand.
Well, it worked for Sir Donald Bradman with a golf ball, didn't it? Why not the Lions?
Why not?
It's going to be a great game tonight at Colonial. The big question, can Anthony Rocker's star continue to rise tonight? It's the Maggies up against the Lions. Saturday night footy on 10. So ready for a start here at Colonial Stadium, as we said. Second versus first. The Magpies have won 5 and lost 2 this year. The Lions have lost just the 1 game.
And there is Justin Leppich.
McKee going forward and Rocker in the ruck.
Yeah, I suggest that would be for a few minutes.
So ready for a start. Rocker has first duties in the ruck against Keating. Umpires tonight, Michael Vozzo, Scott McLaren and Mark McKenzie, as down it goes in the middle. Rocker grabbed it out. Did it nicely to Buckley. Quick toe poke to centre half forward. Tarrant attacked the football. Couldn't control it, however. Ashcroft. The steadying handball to Lepic, who has a bounce. Over the top to Black. And Lappin as the Lions build to half forward. Bradshaw. Couldn't control it. Lockyer plays safety first. Now we've got a throw in. Half forward line, Lions into attack. Opening minute of this game.
Gee, what a run, young McGough on Voss. Gee whiz, what a great learning experience.
Already McKee taking over the ruck duties. Keating right with him. Brad Scott and Buckley. So Brad Scott, another big job. McKee. And already we've seen another ball up. Batheris and McKee getting up with the footy. No score yet, just a minute gone in this big match. Saturday night, first versus second. Anthony Rocker making his way down slowly towards the forward line. Lepic will take him in a few moments. Scotty Burns, what a return to form for him. Here's Voss already off the left boot. Wasn't a great kick, obviously. Tough to handle down there for the Collingwood defence. Wakeland, they've been very good this year, the Magpie defence. Number one in the league. Pretty bold there, Wakeland. Couldn't get clear. Brad Scott left it behind. Chance for Buckley. Voss, they sort themselves out. Initial fumble, McRae with the kick. Now Clement teaming up well, and Lockyer can get the Pies out of trouble. Into the space on the wing. Davis has got away. He's got clear, and a good start for the Pies to try and build something serious here in attack. Rocker well clear. Lepic was blocked out of it. He's a mile away, so Voss has to take the mark as Collingwood can build. Again, nothing on offer yet. Batheris leads for him deep into the pocket. Cummings has already made his lead. He could switch it to McGough at centre half forward. Well, he's taken a long time to decide on that option, and Lockyer can send the Pies forward.
Just the bare 15 that pass too. To Tarkin Lockyer. So Collingwood waiting for options. They're not going to blaze away. There's a free kick off the ball. Now there was a blocking, and it was against Collingwood forward. So Brisbane are going to get the free kick.
It's happening more and more these days, Malcolm, isn't it?
Hallelujah, I say. Hallelujah.
That comes from an ex-forward, I think.
Look, it was much Collingwood actually pushing down to create as much as Brisbane going with them. I mean, it was, yeah, interesting.
Notting. His kick finally found Pike, who gives it to Michael, the former Magpie. Gets a bit of a razz, won't bother him. He's got a premiership medallion around the neck. As he goes to full forward, the big leap. But no mark to Lynch. Now Lappin concedes some territory and goes backwards to Lepic. He's got a player on in the pocket. The kick's not bad. Doing the roving will be Black. Also in there is Power. But now McGough did well in the clinches to get it to Fraser. Fraser better get a move on. He's knocked off the ball by Keating. Somehow ricocheted to Burns. Keeps it in play and the Magpies are out of trouble.
They're away with Rocker clear on the wing. It's a pretty open forward line. Had to get it in there quickly. He did. Brody Holland got away from Akabanis. And he is almost within range. He started the season in a blaze of glory. Kicked 11 goals in the first 2 weeks. Only one since then. And decides not to shoot. And Cummings gets into the space. Again, some work off the ball allowed him a clear path. Mel Michael looks a bit disgruntled looking behind him at the umpire, but Cummings can shoot for goal.
Yeah, there was some work. It was more accidental, actually, players running into each other, and all of a sudden Scotty Cummings found himself in the clear. But it was great defence, wasn't it? Great pressure from Collingwood defence to bring that out.
In just his 4th match for the Pies this year, had just the 10 possessions and kicked 5 goals too. Scotty Cummings, who made his debut way back in 1994 wearing the Essendon colours. What a journey he's had in footy since then. Over to Adelaide, to Perth, and now back to Melbourne, and trying to give the Pies a perfect start, which he's done at Colonial Stadium. Collingwood in front with the first play. The Magpies on the board after 5 minutes.
What do you think about this? Mick Moldau's decision to play all these tall forwards is a pretty bold decision, isn't it? I mean, it's lovely conditions and it's a beautiful night for it, but this lad here being one of their talls, of course, young Fraser, is as good as anyone on the ground for his size, so he certainly makes up for it. And Rocker, as we know, is his wonderful kick. Terrific play. Good start from Collingwood.
So first blood for the Pies early in the piece in this first quarter. McKee's now taken over the rucking duties. Beautifully sharked by Voss. He is absolutely poleaxed Michael Voss. Great hard tackling by the Maggies, and Voss is in trouble off the ball. He is in big trouble. No, he's not. He's up. Oh, no, he is. He has got the staggers. I thought he might have been okay, but he's obviously been, well, if not fully concussed, slightly concussed here.
Yeah.
It was a Jonathan Brown elbow. And Michael Voss is trying to play on, but he's got the staggers. He's just fallen over again.
Oh.
He tried to play on, and he's just fallen over again. Voss is obviously concussed. They've got to get him off. He is in a bad way. As the ball's on the wing, there's Power. No free kick to Black as Buckley for Collingwood. Kicks the ball to the 50, and it's a good one too as he finds Tarrant. He'll want to get it moving quickly. Well, Chris Tarrant, there's Voss. He fell over 3 times as he bangs it long. Rocker on the line, takes the mark. It's all happening at the moment. That was amazing. Voss got up 3 times, and 3 times he fell over.
It's a shocking feeling, that. I mean, you just don't know. You won't remember a thing about it, but here he pushes the trainer away and goes into it and just loses his footing because it's a natural. I mean, that's what you do. I mean, you just want the footy. That's what you're built for.
Even when he was coming off, he still wanted to go back, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Anthony Rocker, there's the angle that confronts him. Gives himself some room, and the Magpies get their second. Collingwood 2 goals, Brisbane yet to score, and their champion is off, knocked out.
Yes, as we have a look at this again in replay, as you can see, tackles from behind, and you'll see Jonathan Brown
Comes the aftermath.
Yeah.
Just something you don't want to see in footy, isn't it?
No.
So a double blow for the Lions early with their captain and champion off, and a couple of goals on the board. Keating got the tap, Batheris riding the bump. I'll be pretty sure the way the Brisbane Lions are going to respond here with a very tough approach.
Well, he's got one of his own men, Brown. He's trying to even up the lesson there.
The Pies 2 goals, and you can see there Collingwood have had 8 marks. The Lions yet to take a mark. Black, there may have been some holding on there. It's got through Ackermanis. Maybe he's been released onto the ball. He started in defence, and he's had an impact straight away with a great left foot goal from Jason Ackermanis.
Well, Anthony, you took my line then. Well spotted. I was about to say, if I could get in to say that Ackermanis has thrown him on the ball now, and I mean, he is a live wire. I really love watching him play, and that's what he can do. I mean, he can actually break up games of footy. And through Brown's legs. Hadn't started that well, young Jonathan, but that's a wonderful kick, wonderful skill. As good a player in the competition on both sides of his body, and that is a tremendous asset.
Michael Voss looks like he's starting to recover from that heavy knock, courtesy of his teammate Jonathan Brown. It's Collingwood 2 goals, Brisbane a goal. Keating got first hand on it. Now Buckley, the skipper for the Magpies. Wide to the wing, and it's marked by the youngster, the teenager, McGough, just 17 years of age. To the 50. Attacking it was Holland for Collingwood. There's Bolton. Now it ends up in the hands of Black. To Scott. That's Brad Scott. To the wing. Bradshaw got nudged nicely underneath the ball by Prestigiacomo. Now Pike, great tackle by Clement. Got the handball away though. McRae did well to get boot to ball, but it only went to Lockyer. And now the Magpies are on the attack.
They are, but it's going to be tough for Buckley here. He's got a couple to beat. Well tracked, but he rode it nicely, didn't he? The nodding bump. Got it into Fraser. Headland right up against the boundary. Oh, he made it very tough for Licuria. And Lepic able to make the interception. The switcher hit the umpire, hit the back of Brian Shear's head, and it spills to Burns. He's got the handball going for McGough. Off the left boot, he overcooked it. It was a very short pass. He was going for. It was designed for Cummings, but he overdid it. Now the Lions can rebound. Ackermanis, Black with a couple of metres clear. Lynch is deep. He goes for Keating, who should get it.
Burns is hurt off the ball for Collingwood.
See, it was one kick at one end, missed, and Collingwood never touched the footy again. That's the dangerous part of the Brisbane play. Their skills are exemplary.
And didn't Justin Lepage give the umpire a spray when he kicked the ball into him? He really gave him a mouthful.
Probably shouldn't have done that, but
Well,
I'm not sure it shouldn't have been bounced, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, Keating with a result, and that's a goal. So scores a level. Scores level at Colonial Stadium. We've gone 10 minutes getting towards the halfway stage of the opening term. Collingwood and Brisbane both with 2 goals. Let's have another look.
Ackermanis ran really hard from the centre of the ground to be an option, and Black just sensed the Collingwood opponent coming, putting pressure on, and he saw Keating. It was a direct kick to him. It was a lovely kick under pressure.
It's all locked up at Colonial. Just over 12 minutes left in this opening term. It's 2 goals apiece. Brisbane into attack again. Black to Power. Down into the corridor looking for Brown. Couldn't hold on to it. Pike. Now the handball comes back outside the attacking 50. It's Lappin to Notting. Thought about the dummy. Now had to handball to Pike. Forced onto the left into the goal square. They're wrestling. It might bounce through for a goal. Brisbane get their 3rd. And Martin Pike, who Malcolm Blight, you said before the game, has done some good things up forward this year. There's a goal.
Very smart player. One of the things I'm just looking at this game, this is probably the best opening I've seen to a game this year. It's had a bit of everything, hasn't it, really? And some good kicking and wonderful skills. I just love that on their wrong side to be able to do that. Kick it from 45 from a standing start. And here's this kick into the umpire.
Well, if he had kicked it properly, it wouldn't have hit the umpire.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty hard for the umpires in that situation when they switch play. 3 straight. The Lions have kicked the last 3. Let's see if the Magpies can respond. Fraser in the ruck now, using Burns out of the middle. Lepage led Rocker to the ball, and the Lions have usually had an extra man back across half-back, and they're so dangerous. Once they get it, they're hard to stop. That time the Pies at least stopped them maintaining possession. Ashcroft going for the boundary. With such a tall forward line, how do the Magpies have to approach bringing the ball into attack? Malcolm?
Well, obviously quickly. I think anything still, as we look at Michael Voss there, but anything quickly coming in gives everyone a chance, including the talls and the small. So I think that's the fairest way to do it.
Johnson overrunning it. Betheris went in very hard. Another bounce. So a sensational opening here with Michael Voss off the ground. There he is.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Yeah, hello. Michael Voss has just left the doctor. He's virtually been with the doctor since he came off the ground. He's been up and running the boundary. This was the heavy knock he got in the head right there. And it looks like they'll just give him time to recover, and he should be back.
Keating over the top. Magpies trying to get out of danger here. Clement, fierce tackling, and Black happily to take it over.
Anthony, one of the interesting things that's happening is that Martin Pike is actually dropping back as a ruckman. Keating goes forward, and McKee is the odd one out down in defence. So Lee Matthews actually playing a much more mobile ruckman off the ball.
Keating doing the ruck work there. Lappin. Again, enormous numbers around the ball. Nowhere for Burns to go. Just tried to barge through. Ackermanis is pretty good at that as well. It was well hassled by Betheris, but unfortunately the resulting kick over on the full.
And this is the drop back ruckman. It's Martin Pike. He'll take this kick. So McKee versus Pike, you're playing a kick behind the game. Very mobile player is Martin Pike.
Well, he decided not to take the mark. McGough now, the umpire's waving his arms around, and it's a free kick Collingwood's way.
Blocking off the ball again.
So obviously they're really looking for it.
Oh, hello. Why would they look for it this week? I always find that interesting. They should be looking for it every week.
So McGough, who started pretty well, has had 3 possessions so far. Not all of them to a player. That's pretty good delivery though. Betheris, plenty of space around him. Quickly off Johnson. And again, some space for Davis to run into. Well worked by the Pies, and Nick Davis to line up from about 35 to 40.
Well, that's because I think it was Nigel Lappin just fell asleep then. He didn't believe his teammate would get the ball kicked to him. I mean, it's as simple as that. Hopefully I'm not being unfair there, but that was in fact one of the Brisbane players just went to sleep.
So Nick Davis, so far this season, 11 goals. He was pretty quiet last week, but he has improved a lot since his much publicised struggle to the start of the season. And he's got that online. And we've got a game at the moment. 3 goals for Collingwood and the Brisbane Lions, and refreshing, Malcolm, to see some accurate kicking in front of goal.
It is. This is his kick from McGough back into the middle of the ground, and that was really because of poor marking. And this is a lovely finish. He really did set it up well, and great lead.
Voss is back on. Gerard Whateley.
Yeah, he spent 10 minutes on the bench quarters. He's collected himself. He's back on. Bradshaw came off.
We're at the halfway mark of this first term. Scores locked up at 3 goals apiece. High quality opening. Whistle on play. It's a free kick to Brisbane. The recipient is McRae by the looks of things.
I wonder if Michael Voss is being tested. They do have tests now for guys in concussion, so hopefully that's okay, and he's fine.
McRae goes straight up the middle. From behind Lynch, pushed his opponent in the back. Umpire said play on. It's a goal. He's poleaxed the pack, Alistair Lynch, and he's got away with it as Brisbane get their 4th, courtesy of Craig McRae.
Well, it's
unbelievable. I thought it was a free kick for sure.
Here we watch number 11, Alistair Lynch, come up from behind. It's actually, Luke Power uses the body on Wakelin and puts him off balance, and the whole pack goes. So was that unfair? Was that within 5 metres, as the rule says? It's really a collision of sorts, isn't it?
So the Lions back in front by a goal. 7 straight goals kicked, in contrast to what we've seen in recent weeks. And the Lions pushing through Black. Bit of open space through the middle. There was Ackermanis there. They were lining up, in fact, and McRae, Lappin, they were all there. And McRae, who we know can kick a goal, although he's just been a little inaccurate so far this year, to line up for goal. He's kicked 9 goals, 11 so far this year. Craig McRae, perhaps been pushing up the ground a little bit more than in previous seasons. We know he is a big kick of the footy as well, so the distance no problem. Neither is the accuracy. Both teams bang on target. 5 goals for the Lions, 3 for Collingwood. 20 minutes gone in the opening quarter at Colonial Stadium.
There's one thing for certain. If this Brisbane midfield, Black then getting the footy, if they get the football in these perfect conditions, that's what they can do, is distribute the ball beautifully.
6 touches for Black so far, the leading possession getter on the ground. Craig McRae, 2 goals. So back in the centre. Keating won that one against Rocker, straight to Lappin. A high ball to the flank. Black leads the race. Knocked out of the contest by Freeborn. Voss. Got a throw in. Looks like he's got a few battle scars too on that left cheek. There's a ball thrown in. Keating once again against Rocker. And we'll have another bounce down. So it's on the wing position. It's Brisbane leading by 2 straight kicks. We've gone 19.5 in the first quarter. Second versus first on the AFL ladder. Give that one to Rocker. Double-fisted forward by Lappin. Buckley. Fight out the handball to Lockyer, who had no one to kick to, so did the only thing he really could, and that was fine touch.
Have a look at this just at the back here. This is Jonathan Brown. There's McKee, the ruckman. There's young Cloak with him. Jonathan Brown hasn't got a kick because he's playing on 2 blokes. Pretty hard work at centre forward.
Buckley. There's a free kick. For too high, I believe. So Buckley's got the ball on centre wing for the Magpies. Sideways to Clement, and he can work the ball over to Cloak. And that's the direction he kicks. So Cloak has got McKee in support, but he backs himself. Great tackle! Fantastic tackle. But fortunately for Collingwood, they keep possession. Lockyer on the outer wing. Drills it long. Lepic will get there first. Out of bounds, throw in. 55 out from Collingwood's goal.
And that worked perfectly then for Collingwood, didn't it? McKee became the extra man at the back. Pike's doing the same thing up the other end. As we watch this tackle now, it's a great chase from Tim Notting, wasn't it? And the thing I liked was young Cloak had the poise not to just panic with their first handball.
Well, the Magpies trying to get out of here. They'd love to get another goal on the board quickly. We know how rapidly the Lions can string goals together, as they've done again so far tonight. 21 minutes have gone in this opening term. It's a big crowd at Colonial. It's really built up since the start of the game. Buckley, Brad Scott pursuing him as he will all night, you would suspect. McGough, who's had a lot of it, sets it up. Tarrant charging out. Oh, Notting got back and filled the space, and now the Lions will run. Nearly all the players were in that half of the ground, and now they'll converge on the other end of the ground. Ashcroft, Lappin. Oh, great intercept. Great steal from Josh Fraser. Tarrant's got the run. He's got the position, and he's got the mark. And that is the mismatch, is young Bolton on Tarrant.
It may be, but what actually happens is as you look at this ball come in there, great stuff from Fraser, smart player, terrific kid. Watch the push. See, Bolton just needs to keep pushing rather than go for the ball. A lot of players make the mistake of trying to reach for the ball. All they have to do is beat one player, come back so he doesn't have to mark it.
And the accuracy at Colonial Stadium tonight continues. Collingwood 4, Brisbane 5. Great start to this game. Jared Malloy coming onto the ground against his old team, so they're going even bigger.
So they're long arms, aren't they, of Josh Fraser. Here's this push. You just got to keep pushing, not go for the footy. I think Tarrant was pretty smart with it, but it's something young Bolton can learn.
So first goal of the evening to Chris Tarrant. 22.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Back in the middle. It's going to be Charman against Fraser, the two youngsters. McGough to Lucuria. Back to centre half forward for the Pies. That's a wonderful mark by Lepic. And he swings onto the left. Out there is Charman or Notting. Notting decides to gather the football to Pike. Runs to the 50 on the left. It's Cloak against Brown! Brown goes backwards to McRae, and McRae will line up from only 30 metres out, and he'll be kicking for his third goal of the quarter.
Well, the quick transference of play meant Brown was one out then with Cloak, and I wonder how many times you might say that over the next few years, Stephen.
Didn't look like he was in the contest at one stage, Brown, but did it beautifully in the end. So McRae lining up for goal number 3 in this first quarter. And there goes the perfect record. 2-1 so far to Craig McRae, the first behind of the evening. Almost 24 minutes gone in this first term. It's the Lions 5-1, Collingwood 4 goals.
Lockyer getting it in quickly. This is Burns combining again with Lockyer. Not much on over the top. Buckley, always going to be tight. His very quick hands allowed Johnson. But now they can run. Lucuria hemmed him as he kicked. Oh, Rocker's clear. He's got the run over Charman. He's got the footy. So the Pies can pump it in. They're screaming for it. Davis away to the left and a vacant goal square. He goes for Davis in the end. Whether by design or not, I'm not sure. But he hit him on the chest.
Oh, come on, Anthony. You can't say that. It was a missed kick. Come on.
Perfect
He
kick.
tried to kick it 90 metres.
He did too. He'll claim it as a pass, though.
What great running play from Collingwood.
So he just pulled his kick at the last minute,
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Oh, gee.
Well,
That's what you want to come and see footy, isn't it?
It's great.
if Davis can kick the goal here, we will have A 1-point ball game, but unfortunately pushes it right across the face. So 5-1 to 4-1. Terrific start at Colonial Stadium.
Yeah, well, I hope you've got all these goals, boys. Now, we don't want to run a points here, do we?
No, we don't, as Chris Scott will bring it back in. Malloy almost took the juggler, and we'll have a throw in at half forward. Collingwood into attack.
That statistically is the safest spot on the ground for a kick out. Just outside 50 metres wide on that flank. Very safe spot in football.
In the ruck contest, it's Charman against Fraser. Buckley around the body. Lockyer will get there first, but the boundary line beats him. It's about 35 metres out now for the Magpie goal.
Darryl White, Sean Hart, additions. Bradshaw off. Just changed the forward line setup.
So a chance here for the Magpies to tie things up as we near quarter time. Rocker tapped it into the corridor. Lappin was up to it. Clean bowl was Black. There's Brown attacking the football. Well done by Burns to create the contest. But Lions went out with numbers. Akamana sweeps it wide to Voss. He's got Power on at half forward, and that's where he kicks. Power can take the ball and play on. He's got McRae, who's kicked two. He could kick his third if he can steady. He's forced onto his right, but it's good enough. McRae's got his third. And the Lions lead by 2 goals.
It's been amazing watching the development of both McRae and Power. McRae much older, but they are both very dangerous players, aren't they? They never actually quite played together because of injuries, years apart and all that, but gee, they are dangerous and great team play. Wonderful running from the back though from Brisbane, and a wonderful finish.
They score so many of their goals like that, don't they? I mean, all the players were down the other end of the ground. They get the ball and it's all open for them at the other end. So the #1 defence in the league, Collingwood, under real pressure here already from the Lions. They've kicked 2, or they're 2 goals clear at the moment. Young McGough, what a start to his career. Tough here for Lockyer though. Pike able to just take his space.
Well, Lockyer's come. They only had a 5-man forward line then, Brisbane. Lockyer's gone up forward to be onto Pike, so they're trying to cut that gap in that run from the back line.
Scott collaborating with Mel Michael. Only wide options. One of them is Lepic. Big job here for Malloy, tracking the footy back. And Lepic, so good in that situation. Look at the acceleration too. Sharing it with Chris Scott. Watch out. Ashcroft. All floating by Brad Scott. Great build-up by the Lions. Let's fly to the square. Lynch. And that's a great spoil from Wakeland. So the Lions 6-2, Collingwood 4-1. As we approach quarter time at Colonial Stadium, Clement off and Ryan Loney on.
Freeborn over to Burns, to the wing. Tarrant's his target, and he's got a free kick for 2 high against Bolton. So Chris Tarrant, players not aware that the whistle's been blown. Tarrant will get up with a free kick. Got almost 29 minutes in this first term as Tarrant drills it long. Rocker just kept his feet and did it nicely. Little chip over the top. Running onto it is Davis. Can he get a kind bounce? He gets it now. Michael lays a great tackle. And we've got to throw it in the forward pocket.
Oh, that is sensational. Now, would you have played that holding the ball, Anthony?
Almost, not quite.
Yeah, good.
Gee, I'm under pressure here. Does this always happen on Saturday nights, too?
Throw in. Sharman got the knock, but it went straight to Lockyer on the left. The no-look kick. It's not bad. Oh, it's clean bowled everyone. Betheris and Lappin, and in the end, it goes over the line in the other pocket for a throw in. So an exciting start to this game. It's the Lions 38, Collingwood 25. Big chance here for the Pies. Holland has put it out on the full, and it's a free kick to Mel Michael for the Brisbane Lions.
So Michael demanding the space here from the umpire, and Scotty Cummings reluctantly giving him, well, a few centimetres, not much more. Most of the players congregating out on that outer side of the ground away to Mel Michael's left. He can't come back through the behinds, so he has to bomb to that area. Ryan Loney just on the ground. The Lions able to get the touch on him. Look at Ackermanis just pushing it forward at all costs. Johnson well tackled by Power. Burns, and now Freeborn trying to get the switch on. It'll be dangerous, but now it's okay. Cloak, good quick kick to it. Opens it up for Lucuria through the middle of the ground, but he didn't keep going. Has an option. Lockie has pushed forward. He can't see it. Burns was down there as well. Goes longer for Rocker, but charming that was.
In fact, Brisbane have had hit out 16-5, so they've certainly been on top in that area.
Now Mel Michael. Buckley trying to slow him up. He's gone. He was off. And that is holding the ball on. I don't know about you, Malcolm. Should have been. Buckley will kick the goal anyway. Doesn't matter. Nathan Buckley kicks the goal. And the Magpies close in on the Lions. Terrific start. 7 points in it.
So you don't the Collingwood people happy. There's a fair bit of noise here tonight, isn't there? It's just
it's almost a full house. They've only got about 3,000 or 4,000 standing room left. That had to be a free kick.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? That 2 steps, that was almost 1 step too many. I think it's a pretty good call. He was certainly off and just didn't have the presence to feel or sense the chase from Holland. And of course Buckley first to react, and a wonderful finish.
And he's ranked #1 in the game, Nathan Buckley. He's had 10 disposals in this first quarter. The average is, well, about 30 against the Lions the last few years. As Collingwood forced the ball forward once again. Johnson, quick hands, was beautiful. Now what's happened here? It's a whistle, it's a throw. It was very quick hands.
Penny too, Ryan Loney had
He was loading up, wasn't he? So Brisbane repel. As they force it forward, it's Power. Oh, Ackermanis has found some space. And he can go back and have a shot from here.
I mean, it's wonderful poise, isn't it? Oh, you know, not to panic with the football, to look as though you're going to draw a player, look as though you're going to kick it, just hold it. As we watch this little give, it was a shovel. He actually almost attempted to get the fist there, didn't he?
Great call by the umpire. So Ackermanis has kicked 1 this quarter. And as confident as you like, he goes back and nails his second. Brisbane get their 7th, 7-2-44. Collingwood 5-1-31. And you'd suspect that would be the score at quarter time.
And here from Scott, the kick in. This is the smart play from Luke Power. Goes to handball, then waits, and then sets up his mate. Wonderful poise. And a lot of players really panic with the football, and 7 times out of 10, you're almost clear most of the time.
Well, Mick Malthouse, I'm sure, will be disappointed to have conceded 7 goals in the opening term, but he'd be pretty pleased with the way his team has matched it with the Lions. 7-2 to 5-1 as we count down to quarter time. Have to be an amazing clearance here for there to be a score. Well, Loney was probably the only man that could have kicked a goal from there. Quarter time, and the Lions 7-2, Malcolm. The Pies 5-1.
Yeah, and the stats aren't much different. 80 to 71 just in Collingwood's favour. So it's been a very, very even contest. Inside 50s are very, very similar. 12 to 11 in favour of. And Nathan Buckley's got a lot of possessions. He stands on the defensive side and runs forward. As we watch this little bit of tete-a-tete, they'll be fine.
Quarters, Michael Vossi spent just the 10 minutes on the bench convincing the medical staff he was okay. He's not moving at 100%, but the Lions are hopeful that by midway through the quarter he'll be back to somewhere near that. Jared Malloy, if you'd seen him at training yesterday, he had no chance of playing. He was hobbling around. He looked for sure like he would miss. He took no part in the warm-up 20 minutes before the game, but the injection of the painkiller would have been administered just before they ran out onto the ground, and he'll start the second quarter on the ground.
I'll tell you what, Michael Voss has got a nice egg developing on the left side of his face too. That was a very heavy knock from Jonathan Brown. Look at that, you can see it from a fair distance away. As we start this second term, it is the Lions in front by 13 points. McKee. Scott, as the kick smothered, Lucuria to Buckley. Disposal number 12 for the Collingwood superstar to half forward. The left fist from Lepic. Lucuria once again. McGough. There's a whistle here, is there? There is. It's a free kick.
Yeah, McGough, I think, for too high.
Yeah.
So McGough at half forward for Collingwood.
Does hunt the footy, this lad. Doesn't mind it, does he?
Is he on Voss, Malcolm?
Yes, he
was
is.
for a while.
Yes.
And maybe he's enjoying the fact that Michael's not 100%.
O'Brien to Davis, just outside the attacking 50.
See, I can ask you questions as well.
Yeah, of course. I gave you the wrong answer. I just tricked you.
Nick Davis, 1 goal, 1 next to his name so far tonight. Gets the hurry up from the umpire and kicks the big torpy to the tip of the goal square. Rocker underneath it. Almost good enough, but he suckers off the ground anyway and kicks the Magpies 6. Well, it was almost a ripping contested mark, but importantly, Malcolm, he kept his feet and the ball came back to him and off the ground he went.
And I thought what Nick Davis then was good. I mean, there wasn't a lot of options, so he's actually gone the top from a stationary position, and Keating just did enough, didn't he, just to upset the mark. But really, the great recovery then from Rocker to actually go up, jump, have a body push you, not fall over is quite a feat, and well done.
Well, the taunt may be creeping back into AFL footy. Davis setting up that last chance with a big torpedo. Lucuria looked for the more conventional kick.
There's McGough and Voss together there, Anthony. So you were very good with that observation.
7-2 the Lions, and there is McGough. He's had plenty of it, 10 possessions in fact.
Watch Buckley, always defensive side, always running towards his goal, always gives himself an option.
Scott. It's pretty open at centre half forward for the Lions. Well done, Jason Cloak. And here's McGough again leading Voss to the footy. Shared it with Johnson. Just missed the target. Allowed Ackermanis to come in. No free kick. Cleaned up again by McGough. Lucuria, no one allowed off to. Now he has. Through the middle, McKee. He waited till the traffic went past. Suddenly there was no one to give it to. Freeborn. They didn't panic. Tarrant. He's got well clear of Bolton. Now Rocker's back in the square. Lockyer pushing forward as well. Tarrant with a big arc, pumping it. Lockyer's got to go against Scott. A great effort from Nick Davis from the side. Lappin to clean up, bombing away, but it's all Collingwood here. Keating getting there late, and he might get the free kick here, Clark Keating.
So Keating, pretty much in the middle of Colonial Stadium. Full house here tonight now. Great atmosphere as these two top teams at the moment in the AFL do battle. Keating inside 50. The ball's knocked by Cloak towards the boundary. Lynch is okay.
I'd suggest he'd be pretty fresh. He hasn't been to a lot of balls, has he, Alistair Lynch? They haven't used him yet, so in fact hasn't touched the footy, so he's desperate to try and get a touch. Almost
just practicing.
Yeah, almost through his own safeties.
O'Brien got a horrible bounce. Scott into space. Black. Voss, great skills. Can he dob the left footer? He can't. It's one behind to Michael Voss. He looks to completely regained his composure, which is great news for everyone concerned as Loney prepares to bring it back in for the Pies.
Are you ever 100% after one of those knocks, Malcolm, during the day?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think there's always some part of you just missing slightly. When I mean that, you know, just you're with it all. You know, I've seen Michael Voss kick 30 of those goals on his left foot like that without batting an eyelid.
Lucuria. Plenty of Magpies here. Tarrant and Wakeland. Good talk, and then Wakeland able to take it. He's got a teammate pushing well up the ground. In space, it's Cloak. Rocker calling for it back in the square. The Collingwood crowd wanted to go in there quickly. I think he might have just overdone the kick slightly. And as a result, the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I really... It is the worst kick in football, no doubt. The one that goes well above your head. At least if it's short, you've got some chance of getting it on the ground. And a lower kick is always much better than a high kick. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but players still continually do it, don't they?
The Lions 7-3, the Pies 6-1. Quick kick again, Rocker missing. And the Magpies to 6-2. The Lions 7-3, but they've made an excellent start. Collingwood to this second quarter, they're 1-1. The Lions one behind in this quarter.
Stephen, that was one of the questions. Is he taking the new step, Anthony Rocker? For him to keep his feet again in a contest is terrific.
2 goals, 1 so far for Anthony Rocker. This is Bolton. Goes short to Lappin. Chris Scott.
Oop.
The kick to Headland wasn't flash, but Lappin, magnificent play. That was superb. To Voss, the old 1-2. Lappin, now that is magnificent play. How's that from Lappin? 4th in the AFL this year in disposals, 4th in tackles, playing his 100th consecutive game tonight. What a start.
And what a kick. And there was a very good reason why it was a great kick, because it was lower.
So Alistair Lynch, can he finish off the good work from 50 metres out? And he's missed to the right. Lions 7-4, Collingwood 6-2. The margin is 8 points.
Now, from all these kickouts, of course, this is where these guys running against each other can lose their opposition players. See, here's Voss now on the mark. So you wonder where McGough is now. And he might end up with it next if he's used. And he is. So people say, well, hang on, where's Voss? He's standing on the other side, standing a mark.
You could still be coaching. Malcolm Johnson gets it to half forward. It was a scrappy delivery, tough for Rocker. McRae, and now Voss. Good running out of defence. Lions streaming forward. Power, lots of room to work in. Relishing the space. Can he convert it with his 4th goal? No, it's going to be a great, well, almost a pass in the end. Wakeland, good teamwork around him. Allowed them to get clear, and Clements got penetration on the kick. He's got O'Brien, who's been introduced into the game in the 2nd quarter. And a good kick too. Tarrant's got it clear. Maybe Lepage has been moved on to Tarrant. We'll wait and see. Rocker's at centre half forward, trying to get his breath back. He now presents an option. Good option too. It was a high kick, and he couldn't hang on to it. Lepage streaming out of defence, and suddenly the transition, and here they go.
Lepage. 2 bounces and the sweeping handball to Ackermanis. Now McRae, who drills it long. 2-on-1, almost a free kick. Keeping his feet anyway as Brown, the easiest goal he'd like. Could have been a free kick to Alistair Lynch. Umpire let it go. Brown running down by himself in the goal square. Won't get any easier goals in his career than that.
Yes, it was just great team play, isn't it? And have we seen such a free-flowing game this year at all, as Alistair Lynch uses his big body there and Brown very easily. There's responsibility, but there's not a lot of tagging going on, boys.
Now, I'm not saying this in a negative way, but you can see what Wayne Britton means about basketball at Colonial, can't you? Because the ball just goes from one end of the ground to the other. It's been like that tonight. 8-4 to 6-2. So swift is the movement. O'Brien through the middle on a great delivery, though, that time. Mark not paid. Scott brothers combining well. Ackermanis. Oh, somehow he found Black, but the fumble allows the Curia. Voss was just desperate, and in the end he interfered with him, but the Pies able to keep their heads. Clement, normally a pretty good kick, and that was very low, and that's a great mark by Ashcroft. Not paid as a mark. Davis, White, and they'll hold it up for a bounce.
Around this bounce, you'll see the players playing on each other as we watch this in replay on the ground. Good call by the umpire. They're near each other, but they really want to get on top in this game, and I reckon getting on top. Mark McGough there, 6 disposal in the last 10 minutes. He's running forward and creating enormous pressure, just like that. Someone around a 50-50's got to go. You can never do it by sitting back.
Well, the Pies have got plenty of numbers around this boundary throw-in. There's a fair bit of space between where the ruckman will contest and to the right of screen now, if someone can run into it. Malloy, that fierce tackling pressure. And Mel Michael, those two, of course, swapping clubs before the start of last season. There's Darryl White, who missed last week. He was unavailable because of a family funeral. And Alistair Lynch off the ground. Malloy. Tarrant. It'll favour his left side. Going to be a tough kick here. What you fancy? This could be a goal to really lift the Magpies. He's missed.
Oh, look, that was one piece of play then. Lepic has got beaten for the ball. As you'll see this quick kick out, Lepic is standing space side. Anything should have gone through the goals. See Lepic covering the other side. I'd be very happy if I was the defender, if I was coach Justin Lepic, to say, I reckon he did the right thing.
Chris Scott to bring it back in for Brisbane. His target is Keating. McKee does the roving to O'Brien. Buckley goes long. Michael decides safety first. Ball spills free. Notting. Was it clever or not? Malloy soccers off the ground. It's a behind. So the margin now, 2 straight kicks. Lions 8-4, Collingwood 6-4. We've been going 11 and a half minutes in this second quarter.
I've seen a bit of Collingwood this year, Malcolm, and they're pretty good at stopping the opposition get the ball back into play.
Interesting, Rocker in the zone has gone straight to Lepic, who's been a prime mover in the air for them.
O'Brien couldn't spoil. Oh, he couldn't spoil the mark paid. He did have the chance. Now they're away again. Nodding, using Scott. Suddenly they're at centre-half forward and Brown looking ominous. McRae and Freeborn. Just
watching young Brown then. He's actually snatching at the ball. He's desperate to take a mark, and he's actually going real clunky at it, rather than just put the hands up there and let him float into the ball. Particularly, he had young Cloak Cole then and dropped it, really.
Tense night for the Collingwood supporters. Freeborn. Well worked, though. Clement, and now Lockyer. Scott. Play on it was touched. He didn't know that. Oh, in the back. Anthony Rocker aghast at that decision. Notting got it in there quickly and effectively. It's a downfield free against Anthony Rocker. He took out his frustrations. And he's going to pay the penalty.
Here's a replay of, was it in the back? Gee, looked a fantastic tackle to me.
No, the decision's probably wrong. But the umpire's not going to change his mind, and then to give him a spray fall, you'd suggest, is going to cost him 50 and maybe a goal.
Lappin has the football. He's about 48 metres out from goal when he kicks. Tight angle. It's still in play. Now it's rushed through from behind. You're talking about Jonathan Brown, Malcolm. 2 disposals and 1 mark so far.
Yes. As we watch this again, Rocker really wants to go on with it, doesn't he? He wants to be a man. He wants to be this manliness.
Collingwood work the ball out. Buckley to O'Brien. Did well in the end to get it to Freeborn. Wakeland. Brisbane forwards working hard. O'Brien goes sideways to Cloak.
Just starting to get a bit of the ball, O'Brien, isn't he? Through that midfield.
Cloak at half back. To Tarrant. The kick was good. Good hard running from Chris Tarrant. And Tarrant just decides to go sideways to Lockyer. So to some, this is when football becomes frustrating. As Lockyer looks for an option, nothing to kick to. Now Fraser didn't attack the footy as well as he could have, and White just couldn't keep it in play. We have a throw in.
I don't think he knew Darryl White was there, did he?
Got great closing speed as Darryl White. Look at the magnets, McGough, Buckley.
Well, they've managed to close it up a bit in this quarter, Collingwood. It's been 1 goal, 3 apiece. And the margin standing at 13 points at the moment, 8-5 to 6-4. After a free-wheeling opening quarter, where we saw 7 goals to 5. Lappin, Voss and Brad Scott, who's having a terrific year. Ackermanis, Black and Power, getting pretty healthy numbers. Lappin, who's been their #1 ball getter for the year. Brad Scott under pressure. Ashcroft combining well. Lepic, this is where he gives them that run out of defence. Brown demanding it at centre-half forward. And he goes for him. Wasn't really well-weighted kick. McKee getting back as he has for most of the night to lend some support. Clement on the overlap. He's got O'Brien in closer, but he might go longer. Buckley wants it now. He goes even longer to Anthony Rocker. Good running from Rocker to take it. How quick will he be at getting back? He's pretty quick because Tarrant's got away. And Chris Tarrant and Anthony Rocker have both worked really hard and are demanding some respect.
Yes, but Justin Leppich's kick that missed, and all of a sudden his opponent gets the footy, and that's footy. I mean, that, you know, you'll pay the price. You'll get your chances, but you'll pay the price.
Well, he'll really pay if he converts, and he has. 2 goals for Chris Tarrant. And so far, this game is living up to its status of 1 versus 2. 8-5 place, 7-4 at Colonial.
Yeah, wonderful run, rebound running, really. And this is pretty good again from Rocket, just to have that presence to set up a teammate. It's a wonderful skill, that. Lock you off and Holland back on, so it's a bit of a different mix, a forward line mix.
Brisbane by 7 points, 8 minutes to go in this first half. Voss has moved forward for a break. If there's such a thing in AFL footy these days.
Yeah, but McGough's gone with him. I don't reckon he's played full-back very often.
Here come the Pies again. Nathan Buckley's been fantastic, leading from the front. Puts it out in front of Cummings. Just couldn't hang on to it. Tried to tap it to Fraser. O'Brien did well. Can he get a kind bounce? Does so now, O'Brien. Goes long. Rocker with strength. Almost, not quite. Lepich did well. It's a point. It's a rush behind.
What about the Eric's expectation then of those two going for the footy?
And the frustration of the supporters.
Oh, that is a contest, isn't it?
It's just gone up a notch here at Colonial, the battle. Headland taking the mark. Nodding running for him on the wing. Buckley getting back to fill the space there. Kamanis wants it in short. Delivery was okay. Shares it with Lepich. It's pretty open down forward. He cranks it in there. Brown, Cloak all the way. Got his position and marked it well. Buckley wants it. He's got Fraser. Well done, Buckley. Created the space for Josh Fraser over the top. And it's going to be tough here for Nick Davis at the Spillage. There were plenty of Lions lurking, so probably not a bad result.
Actually, as we get closer as young Cloak's mark. He's good stretch, isn't it? He's got a lot of courage too over the ball. Collingwood probably haven't been under this intense pressure for a long time. I mean, there's hard running. It'll be interesting second half this, I think, to see if they really can step up to the plate again. Yeah,
they've been rotating a bit, haven't they, off the bench?
Yeah. There's a box on off the ball. It's a fair one too between Pike and Fraser. And Fraser, I don't know if he got the free kick. He was on the bottom of that blue, but he's got the free. Looked to be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Tarrant leads quickly. Good delivery. Now, is he within range, Chris Tarrant? We know he can cover the distance. It's a tough ask from here. He's playing a terrific game tonight.
There we go, the two boys on the ground, and you'd have to say both at it, but probably Fraser's certainly got one taken around the neck.
8 marks tonight for Chris Tarrant. He's kicked 2 goals, 1. This is a very important kick. It is a great effort. Only a behind. So they're within a goal now. 7-6 to 8-5 at Colonial Stadium, and Martin Pike comes from the ground.
White is his replacement, and Pike has got steam coming out of the ears. Not happy that he's been dragged. Be an understatement. As Headland marks deep in his own defensive 50. Ashcroft finds Brad Scott to the wing. Brown.
It's a good stretch. Right behind this, Voss and McGough are full forward and full back respectively at the moment. So we'll see if this youngster can play as a defender. Now, if I was a Brisbane players, I'd be getting out the way, getting everybody out the way and going to Voss.
Brown looking for Charman. The big fist from behind was by McKee. With a throw in about 60 metres out from the Lions' goal. It's hard to believe McGough's only 17 with a build like that, isn't it?
How's the face shown in the to let him go back with him?
Yeah. Charman from the throw in. What do you think of the rule, Malcolm, that if the ruckman grabs it, like the one we had the trialling in the pre-season, the ruckman grabs it and is tackled, it's a free kick against him?
Yeah, I've always thought that they have first crack at it. They clear a path. No one else can go for this ball, really. So they get first crack at it. They should actually get the game moving.
Lucuria kicks it into space. Buckley will get there first. Good chase by Brad Scott. O'Brien. He's got Burns in the middle. Burns, there's a blue one on the wing. Hunter, keep your eye on that one as it goes into the full forward area. Cummings off the ground, misses. I tell you what, it's a decent old blue on the wing. It's between Buckley and Scott.
Sorry, I had to watch the footy quarters. It was too exciting. Normally it's the other way around.
Yeah, Cummings' kick off the ground was a behind anyway, and it is a 4-point ball game. As Brisbane clear.
They've been terrific in this quarter, Collingwood. 2-6 to 1-3, so they've had 8 scoring opportunities to 4. Bradshaw on the ground now.
Yes, but very few of those shots have been set shots, and if they have, they've been a bit out wide, haven't they?
Cloak. Good spoil. And straight to the boundary line, and already you can tell the Collingwood fans have found a place in their hearts very quickly for Jason Cloak. And probably the fact that he could have gone to Richmond probably makes it all the sweeter for them. 4 points the difference. Brisbane hanging on at the moment under a fierce attack from the Pies. Another counter-attack. Ryan Loney, we know he can carry the ball and launch it. Rocker working beautifully. This tall forward line at the moment looks pretty potent. Davis is down there, and so is Holland, so is Cummings, and so is this man loose in the pocket, and that is Paul Lucuria. Not known for his finishing. Has not kicked a goal so far this year. I wonder whether he'll try here or just set it up. He goes for goal, and he still hasn't kicked a goal for the year. And that's about as close as he'll get. 7-8 to 8-5. 3 points the difference. 2 goals, 7 for the quarter now.
Once again, a wide kick at goal.
Yep.
Coming down the wide width. Collingwood going zone, as most teams do, with some of the talls going with their individual opponent.
Chris Scott shorts it to Michael. He goes back to Scott. And he goes back to Michael. Well, that's one way of racking up the stats. Mel Michael thumps it long. Oh, that's a fantastic mark taken by Bradshaw.
Be nice and fresh, wouldn't he?
Big contested mark and a huge pack of players. Bradshaw to half forward. Black, Brown. We've got a throw in. It's a great grab from Daniel Bradshaw.
I guess normally he goes back and has a shot after taking a mark like that, doesn't he?
Sean Hart's on for his first run of the evening. Ackermanis having a break. It's the Lions by 3 points. 24.5 minutes gone in this second term. Oh, well done by Headland. Through heavy traffic. Brown provides the contest. Who's got the pace? It looks like it's Power. He just goes off the ground and it's a goal. Manufactured something out of nothing. Luke Power, just superior pace in the end, has resulted in a goal.
Yes, and Headland does very well there. He has to kick to a 50-50 under pressure. Brown actually does well by getting out the ruckman out the way, and then the ball just spills loose. And it's actually gone on his hand, onto his leg, and is definitely a goal. pace. Can't beat it sometimes, can you?
So that almost accidental goal from Luke Power restores the Lions' 9-point lead. Important last couple of minutes before half-time, you fancy here for Collingwood. We know how quickly the Lions can rack the goals up. Pike's back on the ground. He replaced Brown, so he's playing at centre-half forward against Cloak. This is Johnson. That tackling of the Lions forward line, we know it's so good. Johnson got through. Big run from Scott. Lappin. Scott. Oh, that's better. Brad Scott, they're getting some run. Chased down by Holland. Just made it more difficult. Up further ahead for his forwards. Clement. Oh, he was pretty bold there. Held on to it for a while. Black with the intercept. And here go the Lions. Bradshaw finishes it off. And late in the quarter, 2 crucial goals. Suddenly the Lions lead by 15. They are such a hard side to contain.
They are. There was just a couple of very ordinary tackles here by Brisbane players. They were very lucky. See that tackle there? Voss missed one. So there's 2 tackles they've missed. And if it wasn't for that extra chase, this wouldn't have happened. So a couple of tackles missed there. Not a great sign for Brisbane, but they were lucky enough to get away with it and end up with Bradshaw.
So goals to Power and Bradshaw. Here's this Luke Power one again. Just shows you how lucky it was. Completely accidental. But in fairness to him, he was on the line and could have socketed it through, but bounced the other way. 15 points in favour of Brisbane. 1.5 left in the second term. Batheris. Johnson. Davis. Brisbane have the numbers. And Hart's happy to carry it over the line.
Inside 50s, you know, 21 apiece. So it's certainly been a 50-50 game, hasn't it?
I'd love to manufacture one before the break, wouldn't they, with the margin out at 15.
It's Jarman against Fraser. Jarman over the top to Buckley. Now Batheris around the body. On the bad kick to the 50. Tarrant got to the front. Bossy! Miraculous mark! Talk about one-on-one contests. We saw Lepich and Rocca, and that was equally as good between Tarrant and Bolton. Did everything humanly possible there, Bolton.
Once again, he's still searching for the footy, isn't he? And sometimes they stick, don't they?
This is a big kick, Malcolm.
Well, it is a big kick. Once again, right side for a left foot, as we all know that. But technically, it's always hard to kick goals from this side. There must be a little draft come through. Just to push him. That's
Tarrant's
coming back beautifully.
2-2. He's got 3-2. Magnificent kick. 3 goals for the evening to Chris Tarrant, and that's a big goal for the Pies with just 20 seconds left in the first half.
And one of the things I was going to say, he learnt from the last one. Remember the last one just faded off to the left, and from this side of the ground, as we watch the build-up here, that he learnt from that kick. It's a wonderful mark. That's a contest, isn't it? But one lad actually kept his eye on the ball the whole time. And this kick, he actually faded back. See how that one just fades back down at this pocket? He actually kicked it back to himself.
He kicked it to himself, yeah. The umpire actually did pay a free kick anyway. O'Brien, there's 20 seconds for Collingwood. Can they get another one before the break? There's someone
Free
there.
kick.
Free kick's been paid.
Tarrant.
Bolton on Tarrant again. And he just simply can't contain him, Malcolm.
No.
He's kicked 3 goals, Chris Tarrant. And young Bolton. Well, that's why Mick Moldhouse has gone for the tall forward line.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Tarrant to put the Magpies within 3 points on the halftime siren. It's close. Oh, he's missed. The goal umpire had no sense of occasion at all there. But the Magpies certainly have. The cheer squad reckon it was a goal. Gee, they'd be the most unbiased judges in the world, wouldn't they?
He kicked 2 goals 3 that quarter, Chris Tarrant.
I think they did some ice skating judging at the last Olympics. 10-5 to 8-9, Malcolm. What do you think?
Well, I think that Brisbane are leading by 8 points and
Thanks.
probably deserve their lead somewhat, although Collingwood easily could have been 3 points closer, as you said, with that kick after the siren. I mean, no one can change that anyhow. But just look around at the Brisbane players. I mean, there's still a lot of upside on them. And for Collingwood, all their good players are playing well.
So an exciting first half here at Colonial Stadium, the top of the table. Let's hope the second half is just as good. It is the Lions by 8 points. There's Anthony Rocker. He's got 2 goals in this game. Tarrant's got 3. As Martin Pike looks on from the sidelines. Major goal scorer for Brisbane. McRae 3 and Ackermanis 2. As we start this third quarter, it is the Lions in front by 8 points.
And McKee against Keating. Ackermanis starting in the middle this time. Hart, who hasn't spent much time on the ground. Oh, great steal. And McGough, delivery not bad. Cummings in front, good spoil. And the Lions can set up out of defence. Or Lepich, well held, but his arms weren't held, as you can see. That can have a devastating effect. Suddenly the Lions are at centre-half forward. Cloak not this time. Good support from Clement. And back from where it comes. Great delivery. Good movement too from Nick Davis. He's got a lead from Holland in the pocket. He goes for the big pack though. Fraser at the back, Cummings. Tough for all forwards on that occasion.
Just looking back, looks like Nigel Lappin might be now running with Nathan Buckley. Oh no, Scott's gone back to him. So they're trying to double team here. Lappin, Scott and Loney. Buckley, 4 of them running around together.
Keating versus Fraser. He's got clear. Oh, he just had a quick chance there. Power. Ashcroft. Oh, someone's gone down on the other side of the oval. Jason Ackermanis. Oh, look, Fury giving him some treatment. Play goes on, and a good mark taken by Michael Voss, just to let everyone know that he is okay.
Lappin is actually running with Buckley too, Anthony.
Brown was the target, and there's a free kick. He was just edged out of the contest unfairly. It's an open forward line, perfect for Lynch to lead into. And we have seen that a little bit tonight. Not so much Alistair Lynch leading, but we have seen the quick transition on the open spaces in the forward line.
Here's Ackermanis and Lucuria just saying hello to each other. The umpire was actually watching this and had a really good look.
Meantime, Alistair Lynch to give the Lions a great start in this second half, and he's done that beautifully. So the Brisbane Lions 11-5-71 and Collingwood 8-9-57.
As you watch the kick come in from Voss here, Brown certainly just edged out. Maybe a free kick, it was certainly paid, but the thing I liked about it, he actually got it on quickly. And an open forward line and a forward's dream. And Alistair Lynch didn't quite handle it clean, did he? He's dropped a couple tonight, but that'll give him a bit of a confidence getting a goal.
Former Essendon and, of course, Brisbane star and Roger Merritt watching on. It is the Lions by 14 points early in this third term. Lynch gets his first for the evening. Here's Voss to Power, who's been very busy, to Hart. He goes long. Lynch wrestling, getting back as Cloak. Great mark.
Gee, Brown went back with the flight of the ball and Cloak stood his ground. That was terrific, wasn't it? Both the kids were great.
Cloak finds McKee. Lucuria. Now Clement, who goes into the middle. His kick to Buckley was poor. Gee, Buckley won the hard ball to Batheris. He's looking for Rocker. Oh, great kick. Finds Fraser. And Fraser will line up directly in front, kicking from 45 metres out. And what a hard ball get that was from Nathan Buckley.
Pretty casual one-handed grab there, wasn't it? He's in good touch, though. I suppose you get away with it when you're in good touch.
Josh Fraser playing his 50th game for the Magpies tonight. Kicked 5 goals so far this season. He's played in all 7 games before tonight. In he comes. And Fraser gets his first for the evening. Margin back to 8 points. 4 minutes in this third quarter.
And here's this ball that's gone over both Voss and Buckley's head. Buckley just trapped it, didn't panic, just turned his buttocks. And a lot of young players can actually learn that. You actually don't have to dive on a footy. You can actually turn your back into someone. Look after yourself, but also protect the footy. Wonderful experience play.
So Nigel Lappin now on Nathan Buckley. Couldn't stop that one though. The Pies hanging in there. They're taking on this mighty side, the Brisbane Lions, and at the moment it's pretty square, but here's the dangerous Lappin off the left. He was maybe just a little bit too cute on that occasion. Theris nowhere to go. Lacuria also running out of space and did the only thing he could. Found the boundary line.
Now, I've heard this debate a long time, boys. Should that be deliberate? Because it was nothing else other than going across the line, wasn't it?
Just too far out to penalise him. It's obviously deliberate.
Yeah.
How far do you go with the rule?
Sure. Because kicking in the touch sometimes is a great art in footy, isn't it?
Yeah, in an open, free-flowing game, it's great, but when they just do it all night, that's when it's not so great.
Sure.
Power, Black. Oh, what a kick.
Plenty happening off the ball at the moment.
So it's downfield free. It's a downfield free to Brisbane against Johnson. He's going to be reported. And you're kidding, I think is what he said.
Forearm to the head, said the umpire. I was about to say, just before that, there was just a lot of niggle crept in since half-time, just off the ball. A lot of blocking and bumping and elbowing.
A game like this for Collingwood can actually make the footy club. This can make their season. It's already a good one, but this can turn into something a bit special.
As in learning a valuable lesson? Or
yeah. Knowing you're good enough. Believing in yourself. All those things.
So Brad Scott, as we mentioned, he's had a terrific year. Kicked 3 goals straight going into tonight. And this is his first shot at goal. And what an important one it is for the Lions. He starts it right and it stays there. So behind in the Lions, 11-6-72. Collingwood 9-9-63. Let's have a look at the report.
Oh, I think that's got him a bit lower than what the umpire might have thought.
It certainly was an elbow to the head. It was an elbow to the, well, just to the chest.
Oh, there's the first one.
Not guilty, Your Honour. So freeboard. It's centre half back for Collingwood to half forward. Rocker, magnificent marking between 3 Lions.
Have a shot.
The kick's a shocker. Voss did well to win the football back for Brisbane. Hart, little give to Scott, who intentionally goes over the line for a throw-in.
What about that one, Mel?
Well, I asked the question before, and everyone said it was good play.
Well, so was that. That was almost directly, wasn't it? But what a grab.
Rocker, one of those contested marks, Stephen, we talked about. Yeah.
Between 3 Lions. Throw in. Keating doing the roving nose. Holland puts it out in front. That's a great kick to Buckley. Beautiful kick from Brodie Holland. And Nathan Buckley, on a slight angle, will kick from about, well, in the end, 51 metres out. And he doesn't miss many of the Collingwood chant. He's within his range.
Wonderful finish, isn't it? I mean, that's he's playing some game, this bloke.
Buckley has kicked 1 tonight, 7 goals for the season. From 51 metres, just a walk in the park for the Collingwood skipper. Two goals to Buckley, and it is a 3-point ball game at Colonial Stadium. 8.5 gone in the third quarter. Lions 72, Collingwood 69.
It's a wonderful trap there for Holland. I know sometimes, but if you've got momentum and you carry the ball forward, sometimes it does bounce up for you. And if you're making the play, I reckon sometimes you should get lucky as well. My word, it is noisy.
Well, listen to that Collingwood crowd. Lee Matthews competing against that as well. 11-6 to 10-9. Lions into attack quickly. Was that in the back? It was. It was in the back. A good tackle initially, but he fell forward.
They always play that, don't they? The player going to ground anyhow and someone gets onto them. Nearly always played in the back.
Leads galore. ahead for Black, but not much space for any of them to move into. He goes short anyway, and it was good enough. Lynch right on the cusp of where he can kick a goal from. Can he get it from there, Malcolm, do you think?
Look, he can. He worked very hard for this too. Just kept on leading. He can, but he can spray him a bit, you know, that extra bit of oomph. But have seen him kick them from here.
Well, he's going to kick from just outside the 50 or just on it. Gives it plenty. And it, as you predicted, Malcolm, away to the left. 11-7-73 the Lions. 10-9-69 Collingwood. 4 points the difference. First versus second. What a game on Saturday night footy.
You better believe it. Lynch has got 1 goal, 2 so far. As the Maggies bring it back in. It's Freeborn in the back pocket. Oh, the kick's terrible. Straight to Scott, who caught one another. Scotty, I don't think it was McGough that clipped you on the top of the head. Brad Scott.
No.
It was James Clement. So Brad Scott, who is a real tough nut, won't bother him. Too far out to score, though. He's about 55 metres out. Goes sideways to Power, who tries to thread the eye of the needle, looking for Pike. Clement got the front posse and did well. And we got a throw in. 55 out from the Lions goal.
See, if you played that deliberate, let's go back to that for the third and final time. The whole crowd over there loved that from a defensive point of view. So why would you actually ping it?
It's McKee against Keating. Come in to lend support was Cloak. The big double fist towards the wing. The race is on. It's White who won out. Has time to steady.
Ooh.
Looks for Pike. Puts him under the pump. Can Buckley make a contest? He wins the footy. Socket off the ground by Davis. Lepich is there. Did well. But Bolton fumbled. Now Rocker. Fraser on the bottom of it. Bolton again to Ashcroft. Well done, Brisbane, under immense pressure. Voss spots up. Scott now kicks to the leading Lynch. He's wrestling with Wakeland. They both get a bad bounce. Lynch off the ground on the full.
This is on this game, isn't it?
Oh, it's great stuff.
It's great stuff.
There was a green light for contest after contest, isn't there?
11-7 plays 10-9. Almost at capacity, Colonial Stadium. One of the best matches ever seen here so far. Buckley the target, Voss. I wonder what impact he's going to have in this second half. Michael Voss, at his belligerent best, has kicked the goal. What a leader. Great kick. $12-7-79. You can smack him in the head. It doesn't matter. 10-9-69. 10 points in it.
Yes, he just take him on. And that is not very many steps from outside 50 and cleared it by, what, 3 or 4 metres? Just, yeah, 3 or 4 metres. So a 54-metre kick with virtually 2 steps. Power.
Well, doesn't get much better than that goal to Michael Voss. Brisbane lead by 10 points. Bethera stripped. Hart. Johnson's hot on his heels. There's Brad Scott. Buckley smothered the handball. Johnson back to Betheris. Collingwood into attacks. A whistle on play. It's coming back. It's against Scott. And Johnson's getting up to take the free kick. Johnson. Rockers his target. Was held by Lepich. Umpire waving the arms. Tarrant to Holland. Keeps it in play. But gives it up to Hart. Didn't have much choice. Now there's a whistle on play. There's a free kick off the ball. And it's going Collingwood's way.
I think for dumping him after he'd got rid of it.
So Holland got dumped. Now what's the umpire doing here? He's giving it back to...
No,
he's bringing him inside from the boundary line. And now he's giving it to Tarrant.
He's paid the marker. Or is he saying that Tarrant was the one that got slung?
Well, maybe he's given it downfield. The ball, so to speak, was just 10 metres further down, and Holland got slung on the boundary line, so that's where the umpire decided to award the free. So Tarrant's got it, He is about 47 metres out, Chris Tarrant. He's kicked 3-3 so far this evening. It's coming back. Tarrant's got his fourth. 4 to Tarrant. 4 points of difference. The Lions 79, the Magpies 75.
Well, I'm sure we're all a bit confused. There's that dump after, and I'm not quite sure. Oh, it was the sling. It actually wasn't Tarrant that was slung.
No, it was a downfield. He's given it downfield.
Downfield, yeah. It's a lovely kick, isn't it? Beautiful kick.
Well, the umpire's very late to play it downfield. It's very confusing.
Well, Power's actually gone in the middle. Voss is having a rest out. And so some fresh legs around the middle for Brisbane.
The Magpie fans are up on their feet. 4 points the difference. A chance for them here, close to the boundary line. It might just go over. 12-7-79 the Lions, 11-9-75 Collingwood. This quarter, Collingwood 3 straight. The Lions 2-2. A 4-point ball game. Fraser, Keating, Black, Power, Hart, good block. Gee, the Magpies around the crunch have really lifted. They're winning the contested ball, and Buckley's certainly leading the way. The Lions, though, you can never write them off of a tough contest. Keating, well tackled, goes again, Buckley. Great stuff from the captain. This is great to watch. Freeborn sets it up for Cummings. He's steaming out of full forward. Nick Davis. Oh, he's been hanging on to long after the ball passed. I don't think Ashcroft knew that the ball had gone. So Nick Davis with a long shot here to put Collingwood in front. He wastes no time. Nick Davis, astounding kick, as close as you could get. And they are just nudging closer. 11-10 plays 12-7.
There is the free kick. Certain free kick, no doubt about that.
So the Lions by 3 points. You've got the closed roof tonight. I reckon the Magpies at the front might be blown off. As Brad Scott takes the mark, gives it to his twin in Chris. His target is Lappin, and he takes the sliding mark. Lappin goes inboard. Back to Brad Scott. Goes direct. It's Voss. Works to the front position. Spoilt by McGough. Lepic. Little soccer off the ground. It's still there. Lynch off the ground! It's still in play, would you believe it? Now Collingwood, here's a chance. Batheris to Lockyer. And the Magpies are out of trouble. McKee at half-back.
That's quite incredible, wasn't it? Malloy has come on the ground now. Malcolm, I wonder if Lepic just moved forward, or was he just running to follow his man?
It was from a kick out, so it actually moved down the ground with that.
Clement. Malloy's out here on his own on the wing, having just come on the ground. Should be able to take the mark. Lynch will try and not interfere. Malloy able to escape. It's pretty open ahead. Tarrant's the man most likely. Well done by Bolton. That time he got his fist to it. Lee Matthews has kept faith with Bolton for most of the night.
As Leopard shot her off the ground, and this one from Alistair Lynch almost would have been miraculous, wouldn't it? It was worth a try, probably, wasn't it? Try and keep it in play or go towards goal.
3 points the difference at Colonial Stadium. Malloy at least released it. Voss, McGough hasn't been far away from him all night. Trying to conjure something up. 12-7 plays 11-10.
Scotty Cummings hadn't played a lot of football, so just probably having a spell. He's been a target without being great.
A lot of players inside the Collingwood 50. Fraser releasing Nick Davis. Free kick. And it's a Brisbane ball.
So umpire Brian Sheehan awake to that one. And Charman's got the free kick. He's puffing hard as Charman's had a wrestle with Malloy about a minute ago. That's been cut off the pass. Here's a chance for Batheris. He straightens up, and Collingwood are in front. And the roof almost did come off. Rupert Batheris has put the Maggies in front. 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Collingwood 82, Brisbane 79.
Well, it was classical back play, modern football style, where the youngster Jarman tries to kick it to the youngster Bolton. The kick quite doesn't hit, but Theros reads it beautifully, and Collingwood are in good voice. Amazing scenes.
Oh, listen to that crowd. Can they keep it going? Jarman out of the middle. Hart. Voss. Brown. What about this young man, Jason Cloke, and what about this bloke, Nathan Buckley? An incredible game. 23 possessions. That's probably not his best kick of the night. The ball out of bounds.
And Sean Hart in picture there has only played about 20-odd minutes of the 80-odd minutes played, so right, you'd really think that he'd have some run left in his legs.
Here's Buckley again. He's got support away to his left and he knew it instinctively. Lockyer collaborating with Clement. Space here for Batheris. Brad Scott blocked him, but he's still got the releasing kick for Tarrant. Too far out the score. Rocker's in the goal square. He'd love a good run at this one. He leads to the pocket. Going to be tough for Rocker, but he can almost... Well, he's almost getting everything at the moment. Not quite.
Nearly 40 more possessions at the moment, and as you can see, Collingwood inside 50s there. But Rocker's certainly been a target.
It's the Magpies by 3 points. 21 minutes ticked over in the third quarter. Black started off well.
He's gone.
He's been quiet since, and he's been pinged by Jared Malloy. He's playing this game with a broken toe.
He's been lively since he's been back on. That's what he can do, can't he? Chase him down, harass him.
He dragged it under, didn't he? That's why the free was paid.
Jared Malloy has kicked one behind this evening. Playing just his second game. He's had an injury-riddled pre-season. From 52 metres, it's a thumping kick, but it's way offline. And a free kick in the back pocket to the Brisbane Lions. White to take it. Leading possession getter for the Magpies is Buckley with 24. For the Lions, it's Voss with 17. Fraser takes the mark at half forward. Goes long. Rocker gets there. Rocker takes the mark! Across the front of the pack. He attacked the footy. And Anthony Rocker will line up from only 15 metres out. And he'll be kicking for his third goal. And of all positions on the field for Anthony Rocker to have a shot, this is the one place where you perhaps get a bit nervous from time to time. Sounds funny.
Oh, don't do that to him, Stephen.
Great mark across the front of the pack. And Rocker 15 metres out. Surely he can't miss. Collingwood lead by 3 points. In he comes. Rocker's got his third. And the Magpies lead by 9 points. (13-10-88), 12-7-79. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this third quarter, and now the Lions are well and truly under the pump. They have really been tested so far, and now they face the ultimate test. They're down by 9, and most of the momentum at the moment is with Collingwood.
It is indeed, and he's been a terrific player.
Nine marks for Anthony Rocker and 3 goals won. Lee Matthews trying to sort out his problems in defence. They're significant at the moment. The Magpies lead by 9. Brisbane trying to break from the middle. Lockyer just back on the ground. And Holland, who has had an impact in this quarter. Brodie Holland being held up there by Scott, but he's got lots of Magpies away to his right and delivers for them nicely. Bit of work going on off the ball. Quick kick in, he's pretty good. Davis this time. Accepting the pass from Johnson. And what a quarter by the Magpies. They've kicked 5 goals, 1 to 2-2.
Just a great build-up again, wasn't it? They're running forward, creating. They're really keeping space for each other in the forward line when possible. And from that bounce, it's just perfect, with the forward line being slightly more open than 2 or 3 minutes previously.
I'm not sure all the Collingwood supporters can quite believe it. Nick Davis, well, he was going to extend the lead, hopefully by a goal for him and for her, but in the end it only extends it by 1. So the margin is 10, and this mighty Brisbane Lions team, how will they respond?
1 goal, 3 to Nick Davis this evening. Chris Scott.
Gee, they're good at this, Malcolm, aren't they?
What can he conjure? He kicks in the direction of Charman. He got nudged under the ball by Malloy, and the umpire's seen it that way also. It's a free kick to Brisbane at half-back.
Once again, a very safe spot to go to when nothing's on.
Now Charman's been told to play on. Oh, the handball's dodgy. Power. Tahar, who was on the ground. And Malloy attacks it. Great play by the Magpies forwards. They're putting heaps of pressure on at the moment. They lead by 10 points. Charman against Fraser and Malloy. Charman won it nicely. Bolton. Long kick. Lepic is spoilt by Wakeland. Oh, Lepic did well to win the football. Tackled beautifully by McKee as they have a bit of a wrestle. Great tackle by Stephen McKee.
Oh, there's been a couple of changes now. Looks like Lynch has gone back onto Rocker. Darryl White onto Fraser, and Lepic has been moved up forward.
Lapham's all tied up, and we've got a bounce down 45 metres out from Brisbane's goal. 27 minutes almost gone in this third term. It's the Magpies by 10 points.
Well, Brisbane kicked 2 late goals in the second quarter. We know the Magpies managed to answer one of them back, but the Lions with a chance here. They'd be desperate for one. They trail by 10. Ackermanis, or did he get a shove in the back? No, said the umpire. Clement. And it's over and out.
Yes, Lecura is playing on Ackermanis, and it's just quieting him, hasn't he? He's just really had no effect. He's been in the forward line for most of this quarter, and there we watch him on screen. So the ball has been generally up Collingwood's end.
2 goals for Ackermanis, but only 10 possessions. Buckley just continues to thrust his team forward.
Fantastic.
They are doing the crunching things, Collingwood, at the moment around the patch, and they're winning the footy. Lockyer, delivery, not bad for Rocker again. He's providing a sensational target, and he's got an open man. It's Burns. Can he get there? Was it a mark? No. Batheris got the spillage and kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal, and Collingwood lead by 16. 12-7-79.
Great challenge by McGough as he called up. He might have got a bad corky out of it, though.
Oh, that's actually where they both missed each other, or might have nicked each other. But it was just a show of strength and presence, wasn't it, for a youngster? Unbelievable.
McGough's limping back into the middle. Batheris has kicked 2 crucial goals this quarter. And it is Collingwood by 16 points over the reigning premiers. Lappin tries to inspire his team, but he's all locked up again. White to Hart. A couple of the veterans combined. Hart hasn't got much to kick to. Too far. So Collingwood will receive the free kick on centre wing.
Oh, what an anticlimax. It's just been fever pitch.
Johnson, no one on the mark, so he's off and running. Goes long, looking for Malloy.
Oh.
The big spoils by Lynch, who's in defence at the moment.
Yeah.
Now Voss at half-back.
Great kick.
Beautiful kick to space to McRae. Now McGough's come off after that collision with Hart. He's limping badly. He's got a corky. As the ball's kicked into the goal square. Ackermanis, because he finished it off, he's hit the post. Hit the post. Clever kick. Ackermanis did well to get boot to ball, really, but great pressure from Lucuria. Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Yeah, McGough got the knock on the right shin. He's obviously limping heavily. They'll put some ice on it, but you won't see him again in the third quarter. They'll use the break to try to get him up for the last.
The margin stands at 15. So Lepic has gone forward and Lynch in defence. The Magpies maintaining possession. Out of defence. Freeborn's kick pretty low and scrappy. Burns. The intensity has been so high in this third quarter. You wonder whether Collingwood can keep it up. They're just a bit at sea at the moment, the Lions. Headland, that's better. Oh, Ackermanis, you don't see that very often. He was composed, but the kick not great. Hart, 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Hart caught one in the helmet. Brian Sheen crosses the arms. Sean Hart hasn't seen much action in the last few weeks, although he did have, I think, 41 possessions in the reserves when he was dropped last week.
It's funny just watching Jason Ackermanis then. You'd normally be off, wouldn't he? That'd be a goal now, and those things just not quite working for Brisbane at the moment.
It's the Magpies by 15 points. Cloak smashes it outside Collingwood's defensive 50. Batheris, Johnson. Got it to Freeborn, back to Batheris, to Burns. Good running football by Collingwood. Lockyer. Back to Batheris. Spun out of trouble, but now the turnover. Weight of numbers wins out for Brisbane. Power to McRae. He's kicked 3 goals, all of those in the first quarter. McRae looking for Lepic. Ackermanis, can he make amends? From a standing start, he's kicked it behind. 2 goals, 2 to Ackermanis. It is Collingwood by 14 points. 31.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Collingwood kicked 6 goals to 2 this term.
Can they maintain the rage, Collingwood? O'Brien along the wing. Cloak, tough here for him. He did pretty well, but Voss now freed of McGough, the man who's handled him all night. Michael Voss has had 20 possessions. Darryl White back in the team tonight. One-on-one contests ahead, and Nathan Buckley playing as the extra man back. Very short, but it was precise. Still Buckley fills the hole, so the Lions switch. Not much movement on that side. Now Lepic makes his lead into the pocket, and it was not bad. But the Pie defence is holding up. Tarrant even helping out. Malloy, Clement, terrific link player. His kick was play on. Ashcroft, Black sets it up. Looks like Keating down there. Buckley. We've seen that a lot tonight. Notting hasn't had an impact. Clement been terrific. Tarrant, this man has been sensational. The captain nowhere to go, just kicks it into the space, hoping for the boundary line. And Anthony Rocker, and he found the boundary line. And the adoring fans on the outer side of Colonial Stadium, they just can't get enough of this.
So a throw in. It's Fraser against Keating. At the back of the pack is O'Brien. Shovels it out to Buckley. Sold the dummy beautifully. Can he create something? Buckley inside 50. Running onto it is Holland. Breaks the tackle. Holland has a ping and goal! Beautifully saved right on the line by Scott. Desperate stuff. Ashcroft concedes the behind. Had nowhere to go. 15 points. Magpies lead. 34 minutes this quarter has gone so far.
Well, it must be about to end. Can the Lions get one before the last break? The margin is 15. Voss trying to hit back. It's a pretty good kick. It's released Black. He's got Pike inboard. He's got Lepich out of the square. That's the target. Wakeland siren beat him anyway. And the crowd stands. The Collingwood Army, they are out in force tonight. They came here with hopes. I don't think they dared to dream that they'd be leading by 15 points at three-quarter time. But now, perhaps, their hopes could become a reality. Mick Malthouse has engineered his team to lead by 15 at the moment.
What an exciting quarter of football, particularly for Collingwood supporters. I mean, they're starting to believe they're probably the real deal, which is great. And Brisbane just struggling at the moment.
So a 6-goal to 2 quarter sees Collingwood at the last break lead by 15 points. They lead by 15 points as Mick Malthouse calls the shots. We said Brisbane at halftime would do more of the same. Now they're in the position, they've got to throw things around a bit, Malcolm.
Yeah, they did a bit in that quarter, Lee Matthews, moving Lepich up forward, etc. But as we look at the goal kickers, Tarrant's been dangerous all night. Rocker's been a very good player. Buckley, well, what more can you say about him and his goal kicking and ability?
What about the petrol tickets? Buckley's had 27 possessions. What a performance. But who's going to have the most left in him?
I reckon once you get in good form and you've got this adrenaline rush, it doesn't matter. You just keep going on it.
Here's the fresh legs. I guess the crucial one there is O'Brien.
Yeah, Loney's.
And to a lesser extent, Loney. Yeah. What about for the Brisbane Lions? Michael Voss there, trying to inspire his charges. Hart's
the obvious one there. The rest, Bradshaw, of course, hasn't worked his way, but the rest have been on and off the bench with Ruckman, and Hart and White haven't, or White hasn't played a lot of footy.
Yeah, most of their midfielders have been rotating within the field of play.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Quarters, Mark McGough has been in the room since he left the ground. He took no part in the three-quarter time huddle and has yet to appear. That's not a good sign, you would suggest. Jonathan Brown, the Lions have been getting very little out of him. Interchanged 3 times during that quarter. This is the best atmosphere we've had on a Saturday night this year. The cauldron with the roof closed, the Collingwood fans in full voice. Gee, did they go up when the siren went for three-quarter time? I can only imagine what it'll be like if they hang on and win.
The other game being played tonight, it's half-time over in the West, and it is the Dockers, 5-8-38, trailing Melbourne 6-9-45. The only bowlable goal scorer in the game is Trent Crode, who's got 4. As we start this final term, it's the Magpies in front by 15 points.
Ackermanis gives the Lions the first chance. White seemed to be out of position, but somehow, no, he's paid the man in front. He almost took the mark. Darryl White reckons he took it. Cloak committed to going this side of the ground, and this is why Tarrant was the strong leader. Now, Chris Scott is now Tarrant's opponent, so he's going to be conceding a lot of centimetres. Great tackle, and Buckley's been pinged. McRae had the arm. He had his handballing arm, and so he couldn't release the ball. White. Keating's pushed forward, but he's going for the running Lappin. Very tight angle. Still pretty open down there for him.
Ackermanis in that middle kick too, back on the ball, Anthony.
Well, look at Voss. Who let him go?
Had 13 touches in that last quarter. It's fairly handy.
Well, particularly once McGough went off the ground, he really racked them up. And Michael Voss, I mean, who would be brave enough to write this Brisbane Lions team off at this stage? Still a quarter to go. Michael Voss, it's coming back, but not on that occasion.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Quarters, Chris Scott just brought himself off the ground. It looks like he's done his left quaddie. Martin Pike came on. I'm not sure if he'll be back.
O'Brien for the Magpies. Kicks in the direction of Holland, who doesn't let him down. He's off and running. Brodie Holland shrugged the tackle. Now has a bounce. Holland goes short. Chopped off by Ackermanis. Oh, and on the rebound, can Ackermanis find Keating? He can. Well done by the big fella. Handballs over the top to Headland. Can he run onto it? They got 3 on here, the Lions. Headland can run on and kick a goal. He breaks the freeborn tackle. Headland has kicked a goal. Great play, Brisbane. Oh, it's a big goal to start this final term. It's back to 8 points the difference.
Amazingly, pretty well done here by Keating, but Ackermanis actually set this up by chopping off that lead from Tarrant. Wonderful, clever play there from Darryl White, not retaining the ball, and Headland once again with that composure. Swung it round. And the first goal of the last quarter, always very important.
So they've got one back. 8 points the margin now, and here they go again. Notting. Low kick. Hart got hands to it initially. This is Freeborn trying to clean it up for the Pies. He's got Buckley and O'Brien. McKee pushes for him on the wing. He'll be the target here, and he's in a lot of space. And then he's got Rocker in short. He goes for Malloy. Good delivery. Distributing the ball well out of defence. Nick Davis leads to the pocket. Probably wasn't a great option. Lucky that it bounced in the end. And we'll have a throw in.
Boys, I've got a fair idea as we watch Scotty Cummins on the bench there, and the other guys with it. I think Michael Voss is now actually playing on Nathan Buckley. You'll see the two of them just standing in the back of that shot there. Buckley walking up now, just about near that 50-metre line.
Throw in. Inside Collingwood's attacking 50. They lead by 8 points. Rocker to Davis. Right foot snap. Across the face. Oh, Batharis is going to kick his third. Well, somehow Rupert Batharis has taken the mark and has kicked his third goal for the second half. And the Magpies out again by 14 points.
Wonderful ruck work by Rocker to grab the ball. And there is, he actually doesn't take the mark.
My apologies.
Just missed the punch to Tim Notting, and it's fallen beautifully. And he's put that as high as I've seen a kick here. It was a long way up.
Well, if we go back 12 months to this very round last year, the Brisbane Lions got towered up by 74 points by Carlton. They haven't lost in Melbourne since then. They won a premiership during that 12 months, of course. They don't play down here too often. Lucuria, at the moment, though, they are up against it. They trail by 14. Lepic. Ashcroft. White. Ackermanis. Oh, crunch Malloy. He's given that extra grunt around the packs tonight when he's been on. Lucuria. Wakeland. Lockyer. They'll go again from the same place. Malloy. Bit of a standoff there. Well done, Tarrant. Well done, Malloy. They're deep again. Rocker again providing the target. The Lions have got a couple away here, and they might be able to take it all the way on the transition. Headland loves to carry it. Jonathan Brown's at full forward. Nigel Lappin's at centre half forward. But a long run from Brown, and Lappin got away from Clement. Notting's run to the square, but Lappin is almost within range.
Wonderful play then from Lappin. Anyone that bounces the ball should finish it, you know, with probably a chip kick or a goal. But Lappin actually waited and waited and waited, and then made his move. Hard for a defender to stop that.
Can he convert? The distance is there, and it's gone over the pack, and it's a goal. So the Lions come again. 8 points the difference in the last quarter.
Black does use the ball well, Black with a bit of space, and Keating's done the right thing. Give it to his runner, and Headland bigging in deep, and a wonderful finish.
It's Collingwood by 8 points. Just under 16 minutes left in the match. Fraser to Johnson, who slipped over at the crucial moment. Managed to get it back to Fraser, who gets unloaded as he kicks. Malloy. The big body got to the front. He's 55 out. He's looking for Rocker. Michael missed the mark. O'Brien can snap a goal. O'Brien's drilled it. This is an incredible game of footy.
I'd have to say the injection in, perhaps in Malloy's foot in the second half was a better injection than the first half. And I'm sure it's only...
But might have missed the spot.
Yeah, if he was limping at half-time, he's actually made a difference, hasn't he?
He has. Just the sheer mass of his body just creates opportunities. And O'Brien just lurking, and he knew where the goals were.
So it's 2 goals won to 2 behinds in this last quarter. The Magpies have restored their margin. 14 points. Nathan Buckley yet to have a possession in this last quarter, but he's had 27 for the match. Lee Matthews. Defensive body language there for Lee. Keating. O'Brien. Power. Hakamanis Lucuria. Loney. Desperate for help. Batheris provides. Lucuria. Terrence led well to the space, and he's almost got it again.
Push,
free kick. Oh, Chris Tarrant has been superb up forward tonight. Well, they all have, really. He's kicked 4 goals, 3, and has taken 9 marks.
Listen, I think a much fitter Darryl White might have been given this job to start the game. You know, you just wonder. He just looks the right matchup for Tarrant, doesn't he?
This could be the game breaker if he can nail this one. Put it out to 20 points.
I'm not prepared to write them off, even if he kicks this yet. Are you, Steve?
No, certainly not. Just suggesting.
Yes. Well, 20 points would certainly make it difficult. And Chris Tarrant's done the job. He's kicked 5. (17-12, 1-14 to 14-10, 94. Let's have another look.
There's certainly a hand over the head, wasn't there? And in the technicality of the law, that's a free kick. I think it's interesting. He's had 17 disposals. That's probably as effective as anything, isn't it? The fact he's kicked 5 goals is a real bonus.
Collingwood by 20 points. Still a long way to go in this final term. Buckley smashes it forward. Only as far as Leppich. Black sidesteps Cloak. He's looking for Brown. Snapping at his heels is Wakeland. Knotting. Around the body on the full. So the back pocket, it's Wakeland. Long for Burns. Almost, in fact, he's paid a spectacular mark over the top by Lappin. Coming up for his 21st possession, Nigel Lappin.
Might have hurt himself a little bit.
Great mark. To the 50. Black can't keep it in. 46,276 here tonight. Throw in, 55 out from Brisbane's goal. It's McKee and Charman. Burns. Power, shoveled it out of the pack to Black. He's tackled by Clement. Almost taken over the line in rugby union style. And we'll have another throw in. Still 50 metres out from the Lions' goal.
I think you have to kick 4 goals now to win, aren't they?
Yep.
And to stop Collingwood. And I'd suggest no one's actually kicked 4 goals straight all night, have they?
Knotting. Ran himself back into trouble. Lucuria. Scrubs one out. Davis was being held. But the umpires paid the free kick the other way to Lappin. Back inside 50. Brown gets there. Right on the boundary line. 40 metres out. It's a near impossible angle from there. Jonathan Brown. 5 possessions and 3 marks tonight to Jonathan Brown. He's kicked a goal in the second quarter.
He's almost in the crowd here having this shot.
Martin Pike coming off. And Bolton coming back on for Brisbane.
Alistair Lynch obviously back up forward again. They need Need some tools. Perhaps they could follow the Collingwood plan and have a few more tools there. Interesting.
So Jonathan Brown, deliberate shot at goal. Tell you what, I think he might have threaded it through, has he? No, just missed. Great attempt. So 1 point to Jonathan Brown. And it's 19 points of difference in favour of the Magpies.
Lockyer was quick with the release. They do that very well. Davis. He wasn't off, so he gets the latitude from the umpire. Clement.
She's had a great third quarter, this lad. Really used the ball well. Whoops,
I think you might have just sold him into trouble, Malcolm. And it might lead to a goal. Oh, he misjudged it, Darryl White. It's like missing a ruck contest. White or Hart all on their own in the goal square. It'll be a Lions goal here. It's a matter of who wants it. And Des Headland it is that kicks it into the top deck of Colonial Stadium.
Fixed him up.
You certainly did. You fixed him up. 15-11, 101 Brisbane. Collingwood 17-12, and here we will see Malcolm's mate. No, we won't see Malcolm's mate, James
Fantastic.
Clement.
And a bit of a raffle down the back. But yeah, it was actually Clement who kicked beautifully in the third quarter. Finally coughed one up. Two goals in the last quarter to Des Headland.
Brisbane reduced the margin back to 13 points. 14-minute mark of the final term, nearing the halfway mark. Charman against McKee. Bounce favours Charman, but he tapped it straight to Buckley. Inside 50. Malloy once again attacks the footy. Voss stuck the head, got caught high. Umpire pays the advantage. Alistair Lynch at half back to the wing. Lappin's full of running. Brisbane building. Lappin. Oh, Brown got pushed out surely. What do you think, Malcolm?
I think you can use your body, but that was very early, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to give the guy some chance. And 5 metres, I think it was well, you'd think. Yeah, I mean, it's...
See, the ball wasn't far away.
No, it wasn't as far as I thought, but there was a bit in the back.
So Jonathan Brown is 50 metres out pretty much when he kicks.
Funny thing, you can actually get the same result by just leaning on the guy rather than push. If you actually just stay with it, keep your body on him.
In he comes. Jonathan Brown. It's a point. So 1 goal, 2 to Brown. And it's 2 goals the difference at the 15.5-minute mark of the final quarter.
He's actually playing full forward now, Jonathan Brown. So, you know, you don't see him there very often, so it'll be interesting to see how he leads and reads the game.
So the Magpies into Loney. Chris Scott's back on the ground and playing on Tarrant again at the other end. Buckley. Working hard for him was Cloak, but the delivery there wasn't as he would have liked. So the Lions have kicked the last goal, they've kicked the last couple of scores, and they're just counter-attacking here. Delivery wasn't great, but oh, that's a good effort. That's Charman, I think, standing up to take the mark. And we'll see how far he can kick it. Well, he may not. Nodding. Oh. No look handball, and Black certainly wasn't ready for it. Nodding. White, gee, that was a slick hands. Voss, Hart, good build up in the end. Scott, can it go far enough? Certainly not. They've got a man running at them, trying to take the grab. It was Lynch that flew. Brown, gang tackle. Ball up. Halfway stage of the last quarter. Collingwood hanging on here, leading by 12. 17-12 to 15-12. First versus second at Colonial Stadium. 46,000 people. And it's the Magpies by 12.
McKee against Charman. McKee swiped it towards the boundary.
Leppich sneaking down too.
O'Brien, quick kick out of the pack. Headland got a horrible bounce, but he might get a second crack at it. Des Headland backed himself and got run down. Should have been a free kick to Collingwood. Umpire said play on. Rocker looking tired. Got it out to Holland. Back inside defensive 50 to Lucuria. Magpies running round in circles. Now Lucuria's found some space. Back to Holland. Holland short. Kick partially smothered by Power. Scott can't keep it in. And we have a throw in at half forward. Brisbane into attack.
That's 3 clearances they've had the footy, Collingwood. Clement, Buckley, and now that bit there. And they've actually given it up. So they can't get it across that half-back line.
12 points the margin. Cloak smashing it back.
Oh.
They're away again. Johnson's kick though. Michael in plenty of space and the switch is on here. Lynch, he can go over the top to Lepic. Got plenty of awareness. Lepic has got space. Brown's in the square. He tells him to kick long. Lepic again, the standoff. What will he do? Waits. Darryl White. What was that? I'm not sure. It was a Darryl White special, but not the one he would have liked.
Yes, but it's amazing that no one came leading at him.
No.
On his wrong side. I mean, it was always going to be a shorter kick.
Lucuria. Again, amassed the possessions tonight for Collingwood. 23rd possession goes for Rocker. Charman edged him out. Did a pretty good job, as it turns out. Notting kept his feet and did that well. Charman almost snookered against the line, but he's found a path to goal. What a kick! What a kick from young Jamie Charman! And the Lions are not dead yet. 6 points in it. 17-12 to 16-12. Oh my goodness! She can't bear it, I don't think, Melbourne.
She's gargling. It's yeah, it's one of those kicks, isn't it? No one's really kicked those sort of goals all night. They've missed them, and just when you least expect it, one comes out of the blue. Gee whiz. It's been a really good game of footy, hasn't it?
So the Magpies led by 20. Now it's just one straight kick in it, as Brisbane once again work the ball forward. Notting. Akamanis, quick hands to Voss. Voss from 45. He's going to miss. It's a point. Voss has kicked 1 goal, 3. It's a 5-point ball game. Almost 20 minutes ticked over in the final quarter.
I'm looking forward to the 5-minute warning, surely, quarters. We'll find out whether we love the time clock or not tonight.
We love the 5-minute warning.
Was that a point?
No, he must have
paid a free kick.
Paid a free kick. Wakeland. Gallivanting out of defence. His delivery was all right off the left. McKee. So the margin remains a goal. It's a very good thing to make us aware of, Malcolm, because it could make all the difference at the end.
Well, I wrote it down and I looked up and then I couldn't see him kicking out from the square, so I wondered what happened.
McKee goes for Rocker. Oh, what a leap! Lynch. Haven't seen him jump like that since he played for Fitzroy. And Rocker's hurt.
So's Lynch.
Yes, that's a real knee in the head, isn't it? And yeah, both boys pretty sore there.
So we've got a throw in. Lappin. Free kick. It's a Collingwood ball.
See, Burns went for it. I mean, he made the play, so accidents happen. I mean, most of the other players were flat-footed. Burns was the one on the move. Most dangerous player in footy is a bloke on the move.
7 minutes on the clock. Tarrant. He has been sensational for them up forward. Brodie Holland in the goal square. Pretty open. Other than that, Holland leads into the pocket. Made it really tough for him. Scott from behind, able to spoil. Davis with the crumbs. Malloy against his old team. Into the square. Lockyer, Freeborn. The boundary line. 6 points in it still.
18 possessions, 10 marks, 5 goals to Chris Tarrant. So a throw in the Magpies forward pocket. They lead by 1 straight kick. 21.5 gone final quarter. Fraser over the back.
This is where he's dangerous.
Paddling. O'Brien to Loney. Tapped it to Holland. Around the body to the tip of the goal square. Lepic. Now it's a thriller here at Colonial. So much at stake. Battle for top spot on the ladder. Lepic short to Chris Scott. For Lynch, spoilt by Rocker. And we got a throw in.
Nathan Buckley only 2 possessions for the last quarter.
Yeah, Michael Voss has been playing on it. Voss has done a few things. I mean, it's almost, strangely enough, they've almost nullified each other.
Well, I wonder if either of them will have a big influence in the run home. Black, Lapp, and these two have certainly been getting more of it. Here he is, the captain of the Lions, Michael Voss. His team trailing by 6. Tough for Darryl White at centre-half forward. Cloak. Oh, Ackermanis. Haven't seen much of him tonight. Could be decisive. Luke Power all the way. Hits the post. It's a 5-point ball game.
How clever was that Ackermanis handball?
Might have been a goal in the old days before the padding came on.
So Lockyer into the pocket. Burns. He's gone long, and Mel Michael marks uncontested. He plays on. Cummings has just come on, but he's got support in Leppich. Now Leppich can run on, have a bounce and kick a goal. He backed himself and slipped over. He's still got the footy. Leppich around the body, into the goal square. Big pack fly off hands. It is a throw in.
Isn't he exciting when he goes? I mean, whoops. Not too many blokes have been good tonight. Not a lot have slipped, so that was it was a bit stiff there.
Pies by 5 points. Deep into Brisbane's attacking territory. White tapped it down. There's Batheris. Lost it. Ackermanis on the left. Rushed through from behind. 4 points of difference, and wait for it. Because Hutto's going to get his wish. The time clock is going to bed for the night. Very shortly, it'll be the 5-minute warning.
I don't think many people at home will be going to bed just yet.
As Lockyer brings it back in.
Batheris, they're all getting a bit nervous, I reckon, now. The time clock shows 24.5 minutes.
Everything's important from here. Anything from here on in that is a bad mistake is absolutely magnified enormously. But it's only still equal to the one that was made in the first minute of the game.
Well, we can see on the screen, that is the time clock of minutes to lapse for the last quarter. First quarter went 33.5 minutes, the second 27.5, and the third 34.5. O'Brien on the break, Lockyer ahead, it's a space, and then he's got the man leading out. It's Scotty Cummins. Luke Power, great stuff. The transition is on here. Hart, a lead from Brown. He goes for Voss. Buckley tries to hold him back. Help from Loney, goes for half forward, and McRae, bit of a strange decision. Cloak got through the first, couldn't get through the second. Freeborn, good awareness. Lucuria, cool heads required for the Pies. He's going to go for the boundary line. It's going to go close, but it might not go out. Luke Power, he's had a big influence in this last quarter. So the Lions try again. Lappin with the run. He's taken it again. Just too far out to score.
Lovely clean hands, isn't it? It was floating, that ball. It's a beautiful take.
It's a pretty crowded forward line, but not over here. Oh, Bolton, he's had a mixed night. He's got this one, he could go. He didn't. There's no one on the mark. He could go. He could run to centre-half forward and bomb away. How would it be if the man that was on Tarrant Beaton had have kicked it? He won't. And the ball is over the line and out of bounds.
Gee, there are a lot of players to give it to, too.
Yeah, Voss was screaming at him. He had Notting on short, but anyway. It's a throw-in. It's the Magpies by 4 points. 26 minutes gone in the final term. White into space, but Lucuria did well and put it straight back over the line for another throw-in.
4 goals, 5-3 straight in this last quarter.
No doubt the game of the season so far.
You wouldn't like any player to push and grab someone around the neck in a real soft one now, would you?
Cloak smashes it outside the defensive 50. Brad Scott, can he keep it in? He can't. Most of the play in this last quarter has been inside Brisbane's 50. But it's the Magpies in front. Burns. Buckley. Ball up.
I just watched Buckley then and Voss. Buckley's certainly paying him out of attention because Voss is now doing the one running forward and Buckley's trying to play defensively on him.
Nathan Buckley, 29 possessions for the game. Michael Voss, 27 now, and closing. Not that that matters at all. 4 points the difference. Collingwood hanging on for dear life at the moment. So many players around the ball. Can someone break away?
Free kick to Brisbane.
Way back where the ball up was against Fraser for too high against Darryl White. Will he have a shot, Malcolm?
I was just going to say, Lepage was on and he was menacing.
At his best, he could kick this, Darryl White, but he doesn't look like he can at the moment. I'm not sure what that was.
Well, he tends to hit hooked along the ball. I mean, he knew what he was doing. He just didn't quite hit it right.
So it's 3 points the difference. Let's have a look at why he had the free in the first place.
Collingwood working outside the fence at 50. Buckley has it. He's looking for O'Brien. Letting some supporters. McKee did well. Back to O'Brien. Twisting and turning. He's run down. Got to be a free kick to Brisbane. Umpire said no, but Brisbane had possession. Here's Voss. Just about the last roll of the dice, you'd reckon. Voss inside 50. It's dropping short. No mark to Cloak. Bursting through his headland. Now Ackermanis on the left. McRae. Not 15. Wakeland's there to repel. Does it beautifully as he spots up his skipper at half-back.
Oh, this is unbelievable, Malcolm. Now what will Collingwood's tactics be? 29 minutes gone, just repeating. The first quarter went 33.5 minutes. The second went 27.5. And the third quarter went 34.5. How long have we got to go? Nathan Buckley doesn't know. He goes to the wing as long as he can. Lynch over the top. Bolton, it's close to the line, it's not out. The Lions trying to keep it alive, they can't. The Magpie fans, desperate, trying to urge their team on. They've come this far. Can they get to the line, the Pies?
Brown off, Bradshaw on.
Jarman against Rocker. So many players around the ball, which means that there's open spaces at either end of the ground. Lappin, O'Brien, Lockyer, all tight contest. Josh Fraser, you got to go. He did. Oh, Loney, he spilt it. It'll be a game of who doesn't make the mistakes and who stands up. Voss, Black. Going to be hard to see a mark taken here. McKee couldn't complete it. Power, high one. Wakeland saves the day again. 30 minutes gone last quarter. Collingwood by 3. How's the kick? It's okay.
Freeborn will be in no hurry as he takes the mark in the back pocket. Collingwood by 3 points. We're over the 30-minute mark of the last term.
McKee's young Cloak.
Freeborn once again goes as long as he possibly can. Cloak, free kick. It's going to Collingwood for a hole, and Fraser's got it.
Isn't that amazing? Fraser wanted it, Cloak wanted it. Two of their young guns. That's a terrific sign. Kick it to me.
The runner's gone out and told them. I'm not sure what he's told them, but he had a word in Josh Fraser's ear as he went past.
So once again, he gets the hurry up, but they milk down the clock. Fraser goes long. Lynch. Oh, great handball to Lappin. He's got 2 men on in the middle. One of them's Headland. Here we go. This is the last roll of the dice. Headland's kicks a wobbler. There's the siren and Collingwood have won. They now share the top of the ladder with the Brisbane Lions. And tonight is the night the new Magpies have come of age.
First top of the table clash I played in, and it was a great test for us, and we just snuck in, didn't we?
Is it everything you expected?
Yeah, I suppose it's a great victory. It's a home and away game though, and we hope we got bigger fish to fry.
I saw the eruption when the siren went up. You're trying to play it down, but it was pretty big.
Oh, no, it's magnificent. I'm not playing it down at all. It'll be better, I suppose, as it sinks in, but as I said, a home and away match, we're trying to go about being a better team, and I suppose this is another step.
What sort of belief was there during the week that you could really mix it with the best?
Oh, we're very confident in our ability, without being arrogant, I suppose, and we believe we've got a good even side that plays good solid football, and if we can do that every week, we'll be a chance.
Go and enjoy it, Nathan.
Thanks, mate.
Well, Nathan Buckley just keeping a lid on things, Malcolm, for league leaders.
I mean, you know, that is a sensational victory. I mean, it sounds silly, but it's one game, and he's right with that. But in the rebuilding stage that we spoke about at the start of the club, that Mick Malthouse has started as a coach and this group of players together, you know, I mean, this is significant. It is a significant day in the Collingwood Football Club's history.
Is it the coming of age?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still only worth 4 points, and that's one of the things. You should feel proud, you should feel elated, but realising that youngster that did that very brave thing, McGough, remember him earlier, and all the players came over to him. It was courage personified. They toughed it out for as long as they possibly could.
He's in tears, Mark McGough. He is in tears.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Played 17 goals to 16. Had everything, didn't it? Marking, the tough stuff, brilliance. Some courageous coaching moves early by Mick Malthouse with all those tools up forward, and that seemed to work out all right because you won. Of course it works out all right. But, the blokes were a bit quieter in that last quarter. It was tough, wasn't it? It was a tough game of footy.
Well, let's have a look as the siren sounded on the agony and the ecstasy of football. Siren about to sound.
One's got a few more mates than the other one, hasn't he?
That's about the only 30 seconds elation you get, because next week's coming soon. It sounds terrible, but it is.
Well, we're going down to the Collingwood rooms. The song is going to be sung loud and long.
You reckon the president will sneak into the circle here?
Look, it's a surprise victory. You know, it's a hard work victory, so they're the ones you really enjoy. Against the odds almost, wasn't it?
Yep.
Get in.
Travelling. It's tough business travelling, winning all the time and travelling. Very tough business.